What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're here with 15 things you didn't know about Sweden. I thought I'd done a video like this already, but I see that I didn't. So we finna jump into this. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Also, I have a PO box now. If you would like to send me something, the link, or not the link, but the address will be in the description. I already did one video. Definitely want to try out more candy from Sweden. And I got a list, so I'm probably going to order that candy this week. And I'm going to try out different candies from other places, other countries as well. So y'all let me know. Let me know in the community tab. I asked the question. And what other country you want me to try? What candy you want me to try from other countries as well? So y'all make sure y'all do that. But hey, without further ado, let's jump into these 15 things.
This is Travel Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we present you with another incredible country. Today, we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Sweden. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
Nice.
Hello Aluxers, welcome back to a new video brought to you by our team here at alux.com. Today we're talking about a very fascinating country that literally embodies the Scandinavian dream. That, of course, is the Kingdom of Sweden. With a population of less than 10 million people, Sweden is the third largest country in the European Union, based on its territory. It is still officially a kingdom, although the royal family has a mostly symbolic power in the state. Although most people know it for being the land of Vikings in the past, we have to thank Sweden for many innovative inventions, and frankly, a very sustainable lifestyle as an example.
Hey, these some nice Pinterest pictures they got showing on here.
Innovative inventions, and frankly, a very sustainable lifestyle as an example. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. We hope you'll enjoy and learn new things from this 15 things you didn't know about Sweden video. Number 1. Swedes pay a lot of taxes. Sweden is notorious for having one of the highest tax rates in the world, which would normally be considered bad, especially in the US. The current tax rate is 51.4% of the GDP, and the country uses a progressive income tax rating system. For example, if you earn more than $72,543 per year, 31% goes to income tax, and your employer also has to pay 25% for social fees. However, Swedes love this about their country, so much so that a tax is called a skatt, which means treasure in Swedish. That is because they receive free education, including 0 university taxes and healthcare, since 27% of taxes are invested in these areas. Police and the military get only 5%, while 42% goes to Social Security.
See, that's why I feel like that's important. That's important because if we pay a good, like, our tax is not as high as y'all's, but for the amount we pay, we get free education from preschool all the way up to high school. But you go to university, like, it's up there. Like, I remember when I was in college, it probably cost me $3,000 to $4,000 per semester. So, and that's like just my classes and tuition. Like, usually 4 classes, a full-time student, and tuition and stuff, and like room and board and different things. Like room and board, that was gonna make everything, or even if I got a meal plan, that was gonna make things $5,000 to $6,000. So just taking that into consideration, like, you looking at almost $12,000 a year, $10,000 to $12,000 a year. Crazy, right? Man, that's another story. I'm gonna have to find a video about the difference from the university schooling and stuff. I learned about education from high school, middle school, preschool, all that stuff, but education abroad or furthering your education, that's a different subject.
Of taxes are invested in these areas. Police and the military get only 5%, while 42% goes to Social Security. Number 2. Swedish fathers get a lot of days off for parental
Ooh,
leave.
this is important.
Having a child is stressful enough, and a lot of that stress is finding time off work to care for a newborn. Not to mention that normally, government policies favor maternity leave, meaning that new fathers usually get to spend less time with the children.
Hey, I'm sorry I had to stop. This is important because I know down here, men, at least not from my experience, men do not get that parental leave. Not, at least not from my understanding, men don't. Which I feel like this is important because my mom always told me, especially when I first had my first son, she was like, a mother carrying that baby for 9 months, she already building a bond. Like a father, once that baby out, that's when that father has to get the opportunity to build that bond. And if I'm working all the time, that's going to be hard to do, right? It's like minimal. This is good. I like this.
Well, certainly the Swedish government thinks that this is not okay. Sweden is also a big promoter of gender equality and currently gives 480 days off work to new parents that can split it however they like to care for their child.
Wow.
Actually, the country was the first to allow families to divide the leave, and 390 days of that are subsidized with taxpayer money. Number 3. Stockholm is one of the greenest cities in the world.
Okay, Stockholm.
Sweden is big on ecology. So big, in fact, that its capital, Stockholm, was the first to receive the European Green Capital Award, which is given by the European Union. It also means that the capital is one of the cleanest cities worldwide, giving us an example of what real sustainable living looks like. For example, these buses are fueled with methane from sewage systems instead of oil, and the recycling rate of the whole city is around 90%.
Wow, I didn't know that.
There are also a lot of parks, and they've even managed to redevelop an area that was once a toxic industrial site called Hammarby Sjöstad. It now has more than 25,000 people living there who use car sharing, live in green buildings, and benefit from high-tech waste management
real
systems.
nice right there.
It's also said that Stockholm will cease using fossil fuel by 2050. Number 4. Sweden is a world leader in terms of innovation. You wouldn't know it today, but Sweden used to be one of the poorest countries in Europe just 100 years ago. It all changed when the country started investing heavily in its infrastructure and, of course, in its people. Sweden
Wow, I didn't know it used to be the poorest.
started investing heavily in its infrastructure and, of course, in its people. Sweden has less than 10 million people, but ranks among the highest in terms of global innovation. The stable political climate, high-quality education, and promotion of creative ideas has given the world quite a few successful companies. AstraZeneca, Electrolux, Skype, Spotify, IKEA, just to name a few of the world-famous businesses that are Swedish. The country is literally driving world innovation.
Hey, and we talked about those different innovations, and they're major. Like, I think IKEA is probably the biggest. Like, we have furniture stores around where I'm at, but where I live, it's not a big city. It's not a big town, but it's a good size. But it's not. Our furniture stores are very minimal. IKEA is almost like a Walmart. That's how big it is.
Two of the world famous businesses that are Swedish. The country is literally driving world innovation, and we want to know what they'll come up with next. Number 5.
Bigger than Walmart.
The H&M magnate is the richest person in Sweden with a net worth of $16.4 billion. Everyone knows H&M, but few people know the company is actually Swedish. The first store was opened in 1947 by Erling Persson and since became a global fashion empire. Erling's son, Stefan, is now Sweden's richest person with a net worth of $16.4 billion as of 2018. He's now the chairman of H&M, lives in Stockholm, and has founded the Mentor Foundation, a non-profit that helps young people who are struggling with substance abuse issues. The Pearsons.
Wow, that is good. That's real good, man. I never H&M is my favorite store, especially when I got older. No, matter of fact, my mom used to take us to H&M since I was a teenager, and that's where I shop at. I've been shopping at ever since. That's one of the main places I shop at for my clothes and stuff. I didn't know that. Who would have thought a clothing store the man would have been the most richest person? I would think the person that invented IKEA would have been
that helps young people who are struggling
the
with
richest in
substance
Sweden.
abuse issues. The Persons like to keep business in the family, since his son, Carl Johan, has taken over as the CEO of H&M in 2009.
Wow.
Number 6. Sweden lost out on an $85 billion deal with Norway. Sweden has a great economy and is one of the happiest countries in the world. However, its neighbor, Norway, is way better off, and it's all thanks to the oil. Norway is insanely rich because of its oil and gas resources, which make up 22% of the country's GDP. It is, of course, one of the highest in the world. But in the 1970s, they had mostly no idea how much oil they actually had and proposed an agreement that went like this. They would give oil concessions to Sweden in exchange for lumber and 40% of Volvo, the biggest Swedish company at the time. Volvo shareholders, however, rejected the proposal in 1979, and the deal fell through big time. That same deal would have been worth $85 billion today. Ironically, Volvo sold in 2014 for just $1.5 billion. Number 7.
That's a big loss, man. But sometimes it is hard to see. Like, I know it's good to plan ahead. It's good to, have hopes for the future. But sometimes it's hard to see because you just never know how things are gonna turn out. Like, that's part of the biggest risk. But man, that was a huge loss right there.
In 2014 for just $1.5 billion. Number 7. The Nobel Prize for Literature is in jeopardy. Each year, the prestigious Swedish Academy awards the highly coveted Nobel Prize to the most valuable scientists, writers, economists, and great thinkers of the world. It has had its series of controversial events in the past, but this year they will not award a Nobel Prize for Literature since a shocking scandal has taken over the Academy. It turns out that several women have accused Jean-Claude Arnault, a photographer and husband of a Swedish Academy member, of sexual assault.
Dang.
What's more, he abused his status several times in the past to reveal the names of Nobel Prize winners prior to the official announcement. The permanent secretary, Sarah Danius, has even resigned from her position following the scandal. It seems that Arnault is no stranger to controversy. In 2006, he reportedly groped Swedish Crown Princess Victoria at a formal event, according to some news publications. Number 8. Drinking alcohol is highly regulated by the Swedish government. This is something that most people find shocking about Sweden. It's a free country in all respects, but actually has rules in place that promote certain behaviors for its citizens. In the 19th century, it was legal to make your own alcohol at home, and apparently, Swedes drank a lot. So much so that moderate societies started to appear, and nowadays you can actually buy alcohol in supermarkets. Well, only drinks that contain 3.5% alcohol at most. So if you want to throw a party, you would normally go to a Systembolaget, the state-owned liquor store.
Dang.
Oh, and you can't purchase it if you're not 20 years old. As a consequence, Systembolaget is one of the world's biggest buyers of spirits and other alcoholic beverages. Number 9. Sweden and Finland fight over where Santa Claus lives. On a lighter note, did you know that Santa Claus lives in Sweden? Or no, was it Finland? Believe it or not, this is a debate that the two countries...
He lived in one of these places because that's where all the reindeer are. I ain't never seen a reindeer in real life, but since watching these videos, he gotta be somewhere over there.
Sweden? Or no, was it Finland? Believe it or not, this is a debate that the two countries have, and the results are inconclusive. That is because Lapland, the magical northern territory of the Northern Lights, amazing sights and reindeer, is actually divided between the northern parts of both countries.
Wow.
Finland also has the Santa Claus Village,
Ooh.
which you can find Santa's main post office and other attractions. But according to Swedish researchers, it makes more sense.
That looked pretty cool. I didn't know Santa really had his own little workshop.
Finland also has the Santa Claus Village, which you can find Santa's main post office and other attractions. But according to Swedish researchers, it makes more sense for Santa to be in Sweden. The geography department at the Swedish University has used satellite images to calculate what would be the mean center of the global population. Based on that, a Swedish town called Jokkmokk would be the best location for gift distribution purposes.
Look, now I got a little thing at the top saying 15 things you didn't know about Santa Claus.
Number 10. IKEA is the world's most profitable furniture company.
Facts.
Don't lie. You definitely have a piece of furniture.
And I said earlier, IKEA was as big as Walmart. I think it's big. It's bigger than Walmart now. It's probably bigger than Walmart and Target.
Profitable furniture company. Don't lie. You definitely have a piece of furniture in your home that you've assembled yourself, and most likely it's an IKEA product. The company was founded by then 17-year-old Ingvar Kamprad in 1947 and has won over the world with its Scandinavian chic designs. In 2016 alone, the company had a revenue of 35 billion euro, or $41 billion. Kamprad was also the richest Swedish person and probably the richest in the country's history as well, with an estimated net worth of $58 billion before his death in January of 2018. Want to find out some more about IKEA? We've got you covered, Aluxers. Make sure to watch our 15 things you didn't know about IKEA video.
I'm gonna definitely have to check that video. I was looking for a video about IKEA. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Make sure to watch our 15 things you didn't know about IKEA video.
Dang.
Number 11. Swedes invented a green fitness craze. Swedish people enjoy working out in nature and saving the environment, so it was only a matter of time before this happened.
That's the best workout.
Apparently,
right
what you have to do is jog, but also pick up litter on your way, and it's called plogging. The trend has even started to spread to other countries as well.
Wow.
Ploggers use the hashtag plogging on Instagram to promote this new type of workout.
Plogging.
Apparently, they have succeeded in gathering communities of people all over the world that are committed to having a cleaner environment. So maybe next time you put on your running shoes, you might want to pick up that annoying plastic bottle on the sidewalk as well. Number 2. Sweden's national food obsessions are not so Swedish. Another thing that Sweden is known for is its relative openness to receive and integrate immigrants. Swedes enjoy fika, a tradition that says...
Hey, I need to find a video about fika, or a little bit more about fika, because I be seeing it all the time, and I think I seen a video when I think he mentioned it about fika. I need to find a video about fika. What is it, like coffee and stuff like that, and like a little dessert or something? I need to watch a video about it because it looks.
You should take at least one break period per day to enjoy coffee and eating Swedish meatballs for lunch. However, the meatball recipe has come under scrutiny lately since they are, well, not so Swedish. The recipe was brought from...
Shout out to the person that gave me the recipe though. Somebody commented the recipe. I got it down. I'm gonna have to make some one day. I'm gonna have to see. I can cook. So I'm gonna have to make some.
Lately, since they are, well, not so Swedish. The recipe was brought from Turkey, which was then known as the Ottoman Empire in the 18th century by King Charles XII. It was subsequently integrated in with the local cuisine along with a taste for really strong coffee. The president of the Turkish Corporation for Coordination Agency went on to say that IKEA should not sell the famous meatballs as if they were a Swedish dish. Number 13. It's illegal to spank children in Sweden. A pretty worrying statistic says that 80% of Americans have admitted to hitting their young children, according to CNN. In fact, it's not quite illegal to punish children in that manner at all in the US. There are two camps, the one that's against corporal punishment and the one that says it's okay to spank children from time to time. Sweden, however, was the first country to ban this type of punishment, considering it abuse. Nowadays, Swedish parents rarely hit children in any way, and their example has been followed by around 30 countries.
So I'm guessing the discipline be like grounded. I feel like, especially when kids get older, like I feel like it's more easy to ground or take things away, maybe, you know.
Hit children in any way, and their example has been followed by around 30 countries. Schools are also places where corporal punishment is prohibited, and it really seems to be working out great for them. The whole philosophy is that children should be disciplined gently. Hitting will only break trust between child and carer, and that will lead to long-term negative effects, such as behavioral problems. Number 14. ABBA is Sweden's most beloved export. At the height of their fame, ABBA was second only to carmaker Volvo as the biggest Swedish export.
Dang.
The band was so famous that it sold around 500 million records and were the biggest best-selling artists for the non-English speaking world. As Swedes, this is a huge deal since they topped the charts in the 70s in the UK, Ireland,
Wow.
Canada, and of course the US. And apparently what makes this band still insanely popular is the fact they're relatable, sweet lyrics and music that was inspired by Swedish folk songs and bands like the Beatles and the Beach Boys. What's more, the four members have decided to reunite after a 35-year hiatus and will release new music in December 2018. Number 15.
I wonder if they got to.
The 3-point seatbelt is a Swedish
the
invention.
lifesaver.
We have a lot to thank Sweden for. ABBA, Skype, Spotify, the pacemaker, HIV tracker, and of course, the seatbelt. We take it for granted, but back in the day, it wasn't a requirement for cars, or at least it was less efficient during collisions. Safety engineer Nies Bolin was working in 1959 for carmaker Volvo when he invented the 3-point V-shaped seatbelt that is specially created to protect people during an accident. Thankfully, Volvo had made an open patent, which means that every car manufacturer had the right to use the design free of charge. Make no mistake, every car in the world uses it nowadays.
Hey, saved a lot of lives. Saved a lot
free
of
of
lives.
charge. Make no mistake, every car in the world uses it nowadays, and it probably has saved around 1 million lives so far, according to Britain's Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. Now that was all for today, Alexers, but before you go, we're curious to know what you think. Does free education lead to a more innovative society like Sweden has? Please leave your answer in the comments. And as a thank you, if
I can answer this, I ain't gonna leave it in the comment because the video is a little older, but I think it does. I think it does. And that's because, like, if I know if it's free, then, to me, sometimes maybe in Sweden, I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes I feel like down here in the States, sometimes we take for granted what is free, and we don't take it too seriously sometimes, like just working in education, like kids, I have to remind kids all the time that, hey, this is somebody somewhere else has to pay just to go to, 6th grade or 7th grade or even be in high school. Some people have to pay for that. Some kids around the world have to pay for those things. So, and I think for those people that really want to learn something, really like seeking a skill to be able to make more money, if it was free, I think they would do it. I think it would be very innovative for us because, like, most of us in the States, we go to college, pay money to go to college, and what happens? We just go find a job that's gonna pay the college back, and it's like, it shouldn't be that way, because now I should be able to live freely, debt free and all, but now I'm still trying to make a living to, support myself while having to pay a college fee, still paying for college. Like, I know people that have been out of college 10, 15, 20 years and they're still paying on their college loans and stuff like that. So I feel like it will make a very, very more innovative society. Maybe just give people, maybe test people to see if they really have the knowledge or really want to know to learn and stuff like that. Because I feel like if it was free and you got people that really want to do it, yeah, we'll have a more innovative society. But not saying, because I know we got like a major, in my town, we got like a major engineering company down here. Or like 2 or 3, actually. We got like 2 or 3 major engineering companies where I live. And, going to college, that's expensive. But them paying that expense, they making great money, but spending all their time. But if education was free, definitely more opportunities for those people that couldn't afford it. Because I know a lot of smart people that did not go to college. Like, a lot of people that understood, certain things in school and like top of the class that still didn't go to college because they couldn't afford it. So I think it would be very innovative,
As always, for sticking with us until the end, we have another fascinating bonus fact about Sweden just for you. Number 16. Sweden has to import trash. Sweden has a garbage problem, and it's not what you think. In fact, Sweden has run out of trash for recycling, and so has to ask for help from other countries to power its recycling plants. So, how did they end up with this situation? Well, it turns out they are so environmentally conscious, they have a pretty heavy taxation system for fossil fuels and powers half of its electricity from renewable materials. Since other countries like the UK have bans on landfills, they prefer to send it to Sweden instead of paying the fine for garbage. But at the end of the day, their recycling system is so good, they will surely be the first country to stop using oil products and welcome the new era of cleaner energy sources.
Nice.
Hopefully we'll learn from them sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out more from this channel. Definitely gonna have to check out the IKEA. I definitely want to learn more about IKEA because that's what I was thinking. I guess the other guy they mentioned about H&M, he's the richest alive. But I figure IKEA made some crazy money. But guys, definitely enjoyed that because I got to learn a little bit more. There was a couple of things I already knew, but just being able to learn a little bit more, that was great. That was great. But that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all continue to send me recommendations, send me video recommendations, also candy recommendations, you know. But hey, hit that subscribe button and y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're here with some Stockholm subway stations. I have seen, they said it's like an art museum up in there. And somebody sent me this video with the top 10 most beautiful Stockholm subway stations. So we finna check this out. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Send me more recommendations. And let's see. I'm interested in seeing this because, I mean, I've been to New York and, you know, I've been in their stations and it's super crowded, by the way. Some of them, it depends on where you are, where you're going and stuff. Sometimes it can get super crowded. But to me, I didn't see no art. But we've seen people like dancing, singing, different things like that up in there. So it's even some talent when you walk through these little subway stations. But I'm gonna check this out. Let's see.
While New York City subway is a leader of number of stations, and the one in Tokyo had the busiest passenger traffic, the underground of Stockholm is number one of something different. Unofficially, it's called the longest art gallery in the world. Around 100 stations are decorated with sculptures, mosaics, pictures and engravings from over 150 artists. The gallery has a funny name, which is Tunnelbana. The entrance fee is just $5. Let's get the tickets and check the place out. Stockholm subway opened in 1950. In 1957 it became a venue for some changeover art decisions. Today the subway resembles more an exhibition of modern art than a station of public transport. I've spent the whole day underground. I've seen 30 stations.
Hey, my fault to stop it early, and it looked a little super clean. The ones I went to, wasn't too clean, but you know.
A station of public transport. Clean. I've spent the whole day underground. I've seen 30 stations and selected 10 of the best. Wow. So here is my personal top 10 of the most beautiful stations of Stockholm subway. Here is T-Centralen station, which was one of the first decorated. T-Centralen was carved inside a granite rock, like most of the city stations. Obviously, it's not the best idea to decorate granite with granite. That's why many walls here made without facing and have irregular shape. The main color of T-Central is blue. Okay, let's jump in.
Hey, blue is one of my favorite colors, really my top favorite color. But I like the blue with this, I like the blue.
Carriage and move on. There are mainly two types of cars. Classical school carriages and modern open gangway ones. Radhuset, aka courtroom, is the next station. The name alone corresponds with the design, which looks like hell.
Definitely don't want to go there.
The place is pretty popular among tourists and locals. As you can see here, some Swedish guys are filming the music video.
That's pretty cool. I would have been shooting all my music videos in the subway station. It's like I can just go to different sceneries, get a different background and all that, different color vibes.
Guys are filming the music video. Let's take a closer look.
Ми із України. Удачі вам.
Well, yes, the station is very popular among tourists. Next up is Fridhemsplan station.
Okay, that's pretty interesting color right there.
I don't really know the meaning of the name, but marine thematic prevails here.
What is that?
You feel like aesthetic satisfaction just doing some routine stuff like going down to subway. This is the most beautiful subway I've ever seen.
Okay, we are moving to the stadium station. It's one of the most colorful in Stockholm, not only because it's luminous walls, but for a rainbow crossing the platform. And it's pretty spectacular.
Dang, that looks cool though. Dang.
Okay,
I would take a
now
picture and
let's
all
clean
of
up for a while, change the music, and I'll tell you about my favorite place. It's Torildsplan station. Here you can meet your old 8-bit friends from Super Mario Mushrooms and Pac-Man to Bomberman icons.
Okay, I like the video game vibes. You know, I play video games. These are some classic games right here. You know
Bomberman icons. Everything like a good old Super Mario game. Someone is jumping out of the tube. A cloud is shooting people. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice it's just an ordinary tile.
I like that. Very retro-like.
You know, just very simple idea, yeah? To combine all these cubes with a picture, but really beautiful.
Skarpnäck is another station on my list. The station itself is a dream for any Instagram user. Because of the unusual benches construction, people may take really nice photos. Tekniska Högskola.
I ain't gonna lie, those little stones do make for good pictures. The scenery, the little red up top, I like that.
Usual benches construction. People may take really nice photos. Tekniska Högskolan. This station is located close to Royal Institute of Technology, which directly affected its design. It looks a bit restrained, though has a concept behind. This apple, which is hanging over the passenger heads, I think it's a clear reference to Sir Isaac Newton. The most beautiful escalator is found here with constantly shifting colors.
I like that. I like the lights on the escalator, you know, especially when it's dark and like I feel like it pop out, you know, and you can see it.
Shifting colors. And the station indeed looks very high-tech.
Здравствуйте.
Я через моих колонок терапии может.
Чего?
Румыния.
Я не понимаю по-вашему. Не понимаю по-вашему. Не понял.
I don't even know what he said.
Okay, I can handle this name, sorry. What's interesting is that not only station but visible parts of tunnels as well are painted in one palette. Remains of old buildings are kept here as a result of their demolition in the 1950s during the reconstruction of central Stockholm. Generally, it looks more like a museum than a subway platform.
Yeah, that definitely got some ancient Greek history type stuff in there, so that do not look like a
Generally, it looks more like a museum than a subway platform. Tensta. This station is dedicated to solidarity. Here is a Mayakovsky writings and the word solidarity written in different languages. Looks pretty cool. And finally, Solna Centrum. This is one of the most recognizable stations among the rest.
Dang. I like that red and green too. I like the red and green together. That looks good. That looks nice. Then you got the moose up there, you know, Rocky and Boo.
Guys, no jokes. This is the most beautiful metro
guessing this is
subway in
number
the world.
I'm guessing this is his number one station.
No jokes. This is the most beautiful metro subway in the world.
So, Stockholm City Subway
that's just
is
the
truly
area. I
the
thought
most
that was
beautiful
something.
and conceptual underground in the world. The idea is not only carry hundreds of thousands of people per day from one place to another, but also brighten their days and make passengers happy. Scandinavian weather is quite gloomy at times, so underground is often brighter and more colorful than above in the city. In conclusion, I would like to say that this museum is definitely worth visiting. So, take a subway ride.
Take it somewhere. Okay. Hey, I definitely like that one. Simply because, like, that's like, I feel like that's something unique just to do in a subway, you know. And like I said, I've been to New York. Definitely didn't see a subway like that, but I think that's pretty cool. So I appreciate you guys for sending me that recommendations. It's just different. I feel like that helps you to stand out, you know, especially as a country, as just doing something different. Like, I would be at that if I was a photographer in there. I'll do photo shoots in those different subs all the time. I'm pretty sure people do, but just because like the coloring, the sceneries and stuff, I feel like it'd be a perfect place to do pictures and videos. But guys, that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, send out more recommendations, and I got you. But that's all I have. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, I seen this video. It was recommended to me, and I thought it was very, very interesting. So, you know, I was like, let me check it out. Let me see. Being black in Sweden, of course, as y'all know, got a lot of love. And a lot of my subscribers are from Sweden. So, and I feel like this was something that I needed to check out, you know, kind of, you know, get a different variety, different aspect, different point of views about different countries, you know. But I seen this video, and there's another one I want to check out just to see different people's perspective and, you know, just from their point of view and how they see things and how it is for them. So we finna check this out. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Send out more recommendations. Let's check it out.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Athena, and today I wanted to do a little different video. I wanted to talk about how it is like being black in Sweden. I do get this question a lot. Every time I mention that I was born and raised in Sweden, I get so many questions, and I just thought, let's just answer all of them in one video. So like I said, I was born and raised in Sweden. I do currently live in Los Angeles right now, but I did spend my very first 20 years in life in Sweden. Just a quick disclaimer, I just want to say that my experience will definitely not be the same as someone else. This is in no way me saying that this is how it's like being black in Sweden. Definitely not. These are just my own experiences and how it was like for me.
Okay. And I think there's another girl. I think she currently lives in Sweden. So this would be two good point of views to kind of look at.
Definitely not. These are just my own experiences and how it was like for me. So I just want to answer a couple of questions that I always get. And the first and most asked question I always get is, are there black people in Sweden? Yes, there are black people in Sweden. There is this stereotype that everyone thinks that there's just blondes and blue-eyed people in Sweden. That is not the case. There are black people. There's honestly just like a mix between everyone. There's Muslims, there's Asians, like there are a mix between a lot of different races. So no, there's not just blondes and blue eyes that lives in Sweden. If you're from a smaller town or like a smaller city, of course there's probably not going to be as many. But if you're in Stockholm, that's the capital. If you're in Stockholm or if you're in a bigger city, yes, there will be black people there. You're definitely not alone.
So pretty much Stockholm, you probably gonna see everybody, every nationality and everything.
A bigger city, yes, there will be black people there. You're definitely not alone. The school I went to, yeah, sure, there were not a lot of black people that went to that school, but like in general in the city, yes, there are black people. So yes, that is always the first question I get, and I'm like, there are black people there. Second question I always get is, do people stare at you just because you're black?
Oh, you know, I think I asked that question. I think I asked the question with my first video or few videos of Sweden. It was either Sweden or some other country that I did. I was like, wait, there's black people there? I think, you know, I'm guilty. I think I did say that. I just can't remember what country it was I said that to.
Second question I always get is, do people stare at you just because you're black? This is honestly like with the same as the first question. No. I mean, I promise Swedes have seen different races before. They have seen black people. So me personally, no, I definitely don't think that they stare at me. I've never ever felt like someone is looking at me just because I'm black. Maybe they're looking at me for a different reason. I don't know, but Swedes in general are very like reserved. We don't like to have eye contact with each other. We don't like being close to each other. No. So yeah, I definitely don't think they stare.
She definitely is a Swede, but I just feel like, you know, it ain't even the point of just being black white people. But I think, you know, just from my experience, just doing these videos, you know, I feel like I have a lot of people been friendly to me, you know, so I think that's a good
close
thing.
To each other. So yeah, I definitely don't think they stare. Maybe if you would speak English and you were black, maybe they would look at you a little bit extra just because they're thinking like, oh, they're not from Sweden, I wonder where they're from. But me, I mean, I speak Swedish and I'm just black. I definitely don't think that they stare. I promise they have seen black people before. Yeah. I've had some cases where like actually children have like looked at me, and then I can hear them telling their parents like, oh, look at her, she's brown. But honestly, for me, that's like, perfect, now you've seen a black person. Yeah.
But that's how kids are. Kids are gonna, because kids haven't seen everything, you know, so they're gonna be shocked at every new thing or every different thing they see. And kids, they're just blunt. They're gonna tell you, like, they're gonna let you know if you ugly. They're gonna let you know if you smell good, if you stink. Kids are gonna let you know, because kids, they have no filter. They just gonna let you know whatever.
But honestly, for me, that's like, perfect, now you've seen a black person. They definitely don't stare at you because you're black. Well, at least for me. I'm not gonna say definitely, because again, these are just my own experiences. But from my own experiences, no, they don't look at me just because I'm black. Another question I always get is, are Swedish people racist, or are Sweden a racist country? First of all, this is a super hard question for me to answer because I can't speak for 10 million people. But yes, there are racist people in Sweden. Same thing as there are racist people here in the States. Exactly. Same thing as there are racist people in Australia, in Canada. I mean, unfortunately, there are racist people everywhere. So can I say that Sweden is a racist country? Me personally, I wouldn't say that it's a racist country. I mean, have I gotten ignorant comments before? Have I gotten like racist comments, I guess? I mean, yes, I have, but I feel like it's just from like uneducated people that honestly that
I don't even be doing nothing wrong. I get negative comment. Everybody, I see some other YouTubers get negative comments. It's just negative people gonna give you negative comments. It's like, if you got something negative, get off the computer, my guy, my girl. Whatever you doing, stay off the computer. Like, I didn't have to see that comment. Like, you didn't have to type that. You wasted 10 seconds of your life to type something I did not care about. You know?
But I feel like it's just from like uneducated people that honestly that ask those questions. For example, some ignorant comments I have received is definitely the one where they're like, where are you from? And whenever someone asks me where I'm from, I always say the city I'm from in Sweden. So I'm like, yeah, I'm from the city in Sweden. And they're like, no, but where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from this city in Sweden. Yeah. And they're like, no, but where are you actually from? Like, where are your parents from? And I'm like, oh, you want to know where my parents are from? Well, yeah, they're from this city and they're from this city. And they're like, oh, okay, perfect. So I'm like, were you asking like where I'm from or where my parents are from? Like, I just hate that question because it's just like, why can't you just be satisfied with me saying I am from Sweden? But honestly, this question, I don't only get it in Sweden. I get it here in the States too. Every time I say I am from Sweden, everyone, literally everyone will reply back and they're like, are you from Sweden? Like, no, you're not from Sweden. Where are you from? You're not from Sweden. And I'm like, that's where I was born and raised. Like, why are you not just satisfied with a black person saying that they are from Sweden? So like that, it's just not only in Sweden. I do get that honestly everywhere. Every time I get this question, it's like, no, you're not from Sweden. It honestly got to a point where someone would ask me where I'm from. I would reply back with, do you want to know where I'm from or where I'm from? Because it's like, I don't even know what you want to know. And this has nothing to do with me.
That's another one. That's what like with me, especially like when I just like say for instance me coaching and stuff, or when I play basketball and other people are like, hey, where you from? I'll tell them, they'll be like, where is that at? So I definitely used to it because I'm from a small town in Texas, and people main thing will be, where is that at? I'll have to tell them, oh, it's about this. They'll be like, look at me crazy. It's like in Texas, everybody know where Dallas is. So you tell them, oh, I'm just this far from Dallas. They'll be like, oh, okay, I know where that is. Okay, now that makes sense, you know. So where you from? That's it. That is a tough question because it's like some people will still look at you crazy even when you tell them.
Not being proud of like where my parents are from, not at all. Like that is not it. It's just very frustrating that they just can't accept the answer I am from Sweden just because I am black. But yeah, so that's one ignorant comment I have received. Another one, I mean, it's maybe not a comment, but I just absolutely hated when I was younger when people would compare their skin tone to mine. So whenever they went on, let's say, vacation, or they have been somewhere where it's warm and then they get back and they're very tanned, and they would compare their arm to my arm, and they would be like, look at my arm, I'm so brown, or I'm so black as Athena. And I'm just like, first of all, no, you're not. Like, why don't you just compare yourself to one of your white friends? Like, why would you compare yourself to me that's not even the same color to begin with? I remember that was really frustrating when I was younger. Now, today, I mean, my friends would never, ever say a comment like that. I feel like it's just more, unfortunately, younger people that are just uneducated. But yeah, so that question I hated. Another thing is when I was younger, people would touch my hair. And this is just so not okay. I hated it so much. And the thing is with like, whenever someone would ask if they can touch my hair, they wouldn't even wait for a reply because obviously I would have said no.
Already.
But they would be like, oh, can I touch your hair? And then they just touch it. It's like, stop touching me. Like, get away from me. I do not want you to touch my hair.
All right, that's the one of those main things. You can't do that, especially like my hair growing out right now. But, you know, if it's growing out like this, I might, if somebody has to, I might let. But if I cut my hair and I got my waves going, you can't touch the waves. You can't touch the tsunamis.
It's like, stop touching me. Like, get away from me. I do not want you to touch my hair. That was very frustrating when I was younger. Today, I mean, now I have like straighter hair than I had. So, I mean, I don't think that anyone would ask to touch my hair today. But again, I remember I thought that was very like frustrating when I was younger. I honestly feel like it is the parents' responsibility to teach their children that everyone is not the same. You will see different races. There are black people out there. There are, you know, a mix between all different races. And honestly, like the parents have to teach their children to not, you know, like to not say these ignorant comments. Do not compare yourself to someone that doesn't look.
I mean, most times, usually kids repeat stuff too. So most times the parents are already saying, then the kids just...
No, like, to not say these ignorant comments. Do not compare yourself to someone that doesn't look like you. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Like, there are skinny people, there are fat people, there are tall people, there are, you know, short people, small, large. It's just like, just stop comparing yourself to someone that does not look like you. Stop comparing yourself to anyone because we're all different. And like the ignorant comments, I feel like it's mostly from like children. Of course, there will be like racist adults too, but they are just a lost cause. I'm just like, I just can't even deal with them. Yeah. Do I feel safe as a black woman in Sweden? I do. And again, like I just want to like mention this that these are just my own experiences. This is just how I feel. I feel very, you know, safe and secure in Sweden. Of course, I mean, first of all, I'm a woman. Like, women unfortunately are not safe anywhere. So I mean, yeah, I wouldn't walk alone at night at 3 a.m. Of course not, but I wouldn't do that here.
I'm a man and I wouldn't do that. I don't trust people.
I wouldn't walk alone at night at 3 a.m. Of course not, but I wouldn't do that here either. So do I feel safe in Sweden as a black person? I do. I honestly, I love Sweden. If you ask anyone, they will say like, oh yeah, Athena's like the biggest Sweden lover ever. I am like, honestly, I love Sweden so much. And that's where all of my friends and family are. That is where I want to build my own family someday. That is where I want to live when I was going to say when I grow up. And I'm like, you are a grown person. But yeah, I am currently living in Los Angeles now, but I do want to move back to Sweden, honestly, very soon, because that is just the country I love. And
that's nice. That's nice. I wonder if she already moved. I don't know how old it is. I think this video like a year or so ago, so she might have already moved.
Honestly, very soon, because that is just the country I love and I want to spend the rest of my life in. I definitely recommend everyone to visit Sweden if you have a chance. I would say go in the summer, not in the winter, because it's very cold and it's snowing, and you know, don't go in the winter time, but definitely in the summer. It's just a beautiful country and I can't wait to go back there. So these are just the questions I normally get. People are very interested in how it is like being black in Sweden. So I just thought, let's just do a video on it. But yes, I really hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I was gonna say comment, rate, and subscribe. That's what I said when I had my old channel 10 years ago. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay. So I ain't gonna lie, I was interested in knowing, you know, cause I mean down here, that's why I figured that it's no different. Like, people gonna make their own decisions. People gonna hate and love what they want, different things like that, and it's just really like, there's nothing you can do about a grown person making a decision. You know, that's up to them if they gonna hate you or love you. You know, for me, I feel like there's no room for hate in my heart. You know, but I can't speak that for everybody. You know, that's why I love everybody. I try to be friendly to everybody, be kind. That's why kindness is important, no matter how you look. Like she said, it's not even got nothing like to do with color. Like, if a person is, you know, tall, short, skinny, fat, whatever they are, like, that's no room for you to just hate that person just because. Like, I have fun doing reaction, but if I do a video, I'm unaware of that, I still get rude comments from people. It's like, well, you try doing this, you know, like people are gonna be rude. People are gonna be ignorant all the time, you know, like, I do these things. Sometimes I'm learning something new each day just doing reaction, but somebody else can see it. Why you doing it? You know, so, but spread the love, not hate. Spread kindness, you know, be kind to one another. Be understanding. I think being understanding one of the main things, though, because most people, we just expect people to think like us, and that's not the case, you know, but definitely was interested. That was pretty good. I feel like she didn't bash Sweden or nothing. She loved it, you know. So no matter what color you are, like she said, the size you are, like, she loved her hometown. She loved her home country. She loved the place. So that's always good. She's representing, even though she's in Los Angeles right now, she's still representing strong. But definitely enjoyed that one. Y'all make sure y'all send me those recommendations. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that would be pretty cool. Definitely be interested to see what y'all think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Hey, y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're back with a fact video about Sweden. This is actually new and recent from Global Community. I did one of the videos about Sweden, and this is like an extended version. So 10 amazing facts about Sweden, top 10. Finna check it out. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Hey, it might be some new information that I didn't know, or some more stuff that I can't agree on. So Hey, let's check it out.
Hey everyone, today we'll take a look at 10 amazing facts about Sweden. In my previous video about Sweden, I researched all I could about the country, but the most interesting facts did not necessarily make the video. Maybe it didn't fit. Perhaps I missed it and the comments enlightened me. Either way, here are 10 interesting facts about Sweden that may or may not have made it into the original video. Be sure to stick around until the end to catch a bonus fact. The place in Sweden every tourist should visit. Number 1. Swedish dominance in music. In my original video, Sweden, I felt I did a good job of establishing that Sweden...
I definitely can agree. After seeing some Swedish artists, I said, hey, this is definitely major. Definitely got a chance to see Zara Larsson. I think that's how you say it last. But she's a incredible talent.
In my original video of Sweden, I felt I did a good job of establishing that Sweden is huge in the global music industry. Sweden is home to some legendary acts such as ABBA, Ace of Base, and the Cardigans. But boy did I miss some giants. As pointed out many times in the comments, I missed Max Martin, he who has written or co-written 25 Billboard Hot 100 songs. Third most all time after a couple of Beatles. You can thank Martin for all kinds of legendary songs such as Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, the Backstreet Boys' I Want It.
I know y'all was telling me about those hits. That's correct. Those are some major hits. Y'all was telling me that somebody wrote
Britney Spears'
some of those
Baby One
songs.
More Time, the Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way, and NSYNC's It's Gonna Be Me. I won't run down all of the songs that he wrote. Let's just say that while Katy Perry kissed a girl and liked it, it was Max Martin that wrote it. Yep, I missed that one. Another forgettable miss was Avicii, a brilliant DJ whose life was cut way too tragically short. Credited with helping usher in electronic music into the mainstream in the 2010s, Avicii found massive success with singles such as Levels, Wake Me Up, and I Could Be the One. Rest in peace, Avicii. You left us way too soon.
What happened to Avicii? Some of them songs, I remember some of them songs, most of them songs, and especially in school, like Wake Me Up and all that.
Wake Me Up and I Could Be the One. Rest in peace, Avicii. You left us way too soon. Number 2, Swedish innovation. Sweden is one of the most innovative countries in the world. A country with only 10 million people, they have given us everything from the GPS to the adjustable wrench. The invention of Skype by Swedish and Danish inventors, along with the development of higher speed internet connections, ended the worry for paying for long-distance phone calls. And for the first time, you could see the person you were talking to. The Swedes were also the creators of Tetra Pak, the 3-point seatbelt, zippers, and the Celsius temperature scale, which is used by all but 5 countries in the world, mine included. Sweden is also home to dynamite, though I'll blow that story up later.
Dang.
The Swedes developed Bluetooth, the modern plastic shopping bag, the ball bearing, the ship propeller, modern blowtorches, the pacemaker, and so much more. I can also thank Swedish innovation.
All right, for the innovation, it seemed like they're sharing a lot more. Because, you know, they was on the other fact video, they would just give me like 4 or 5. My guy is over here giving me like 10 or
modern
10 plus.
Blowtorches, the pacemaker, and so much more. I can also thank Swedish innovation for my son's greatest passion in life, Minecraft, created by Swedish video game developer Mojang. Thanks a lot, Mojang. Of course, I'm leaving a ton out. Do I try to name them all, or do I give you something to share in the comments? Number 3. Nobel's revelation. Dynamite was created by Swedish inventor Alfred Nobel, and though its purpose was to blast rock and drill tunnels, people soon figured out more sinister ways to use it, like killing enemies. Lots of them. When Nobel's brother died, the news mistook his brother for Alfred, leading him to get to do what very few people ever get to do: read his own obituary. Let's just say that they did not shine Alfred in a positive light, with one French newspaper declaring the Merchant of Death is dead. Ouch! Inspired by the negative press, Nobel left his fortune to the Nobel Prize Institution, and each year 5 Nobel Prizes are awarded to the people who conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. Today the awards are given in the areas of physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature, and peace. They are considered the world's most prestigious prizes, and today the name Nobel is synonymous with excellence, not death. Number 4.
That's a good thing.
Sweden loves Donald Duck.
Nah, Donald.
I mentioned this in my original Sweden video, but gosh darn it, I am still a fan of this. Sweden loves Donald.
I mean, who isn't a fan of Donald Duck, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I told y'all before in the last video, too. Like, I like Donald Duck. all the Donald Duck shows. Shoot, even the one with the kids, the little kid ducks and stuff. They got so many of them nowadays. It's crazy, but. Scrooge, Uncle Scrooge, all those things.
Original Sweden video, but gosh darn it, I am still a fan of this. Sweden loves Donald Duck, who is also my favorite Disney character. Sweden's appreciation of the duck stems from the tradition of showing the cartoon Donald Duck and his friends wish you a Merry Christmas on SVT1 at 3 o'clock p.m. as part of the channel's traditional Christmas Eve programming, a yearly event since 1959. In 2020, it was the most watched show in the history of Swedish television.
Wow.
You might ask, why Donald? It doesn't hurt that between his beak and his clothes, he represents the national colors. Swedish culture also seems to admire an imperfect hero. On a side note, am I the only one annoyed and confused that Mickey has a pet dog in Pluto that can only bark, but a dog friend in Goofy that can talk? Just looking for a little...
It makes sense. Like, I ain't gonna lie, until I got a little bit older, Goofy did not look like a dog though. Goofy did not.
That can only bark, but a dog...
I thought Goofy was something else. He did not look like a dog. To me, at first, when I was younger, he looked like something else.
Friend in Goofy that can talk.
But that's
just
crazy,
looking
that's
for a little
crazy.
consistency here, Disney. Number 5. North Korea's debt to Sweden. Back during the rule of Kim Il-sung, the great leader purchased 1,000 cars from the Swedish company Volvo. But here's the catch, he never actually paid for them. 40 years have passed since the ill-fated deal, and the Swedes are still waiting for payment. Sweden still sends reminders of the debt, which is estimated at $322 million twice a year, but have yet to get a response. Maybe they have the wrong address. Probably not. Number 6, Alleemansrätt. Sweden is one of the few countries in the world that gives every person the freedom to roam in nature. This means that you don't have to pay to set up a tent or get permission to cross private land. The only exceptions are private gardens, near a dwelling house, or land under cultivation. Other than that, you're free to walk, cycle, ride, ski, and camp to your heart's content. All that is asked is that you respect nature and not litter. Freedom to roam and the right to public access also allow visitors and locals to pick wild berries, flowers, and mushrooms, and swim in one of the 100
Are those... Am I tripping, or were those blueberries red? I mean, should I even... I don't even know if they turn that color before. Should I even call them blueberries if they're red? I feel like y'all said what type... I feel like I seen those type of berries, and y'all told me they wasn't blueberries, or they was some type of other berry. I just...
through energy recovery. It's not easy being green.
Not Kermit.
Unless you're Swedish. Number 8. Sweden in the Age of Exploration. Sweden isn't often thought of as one of the great nations during the Age of Exploration, but as a developing power in the 1600s, they did settle along the Delaware River Valley. In 1638, occupying a good amount of land, including what is present-day Philadelphia and Wilmington, Delaware. New Sweden was overtaken by the Dutch in 1655, who were defeated by the English a few years later. The Swedes were allowed to remain in the area, but on March 4th, 1681, what had been the colony of New Sweden was formally partitioned into the colonies of Delaware and Pennsylvania. Despite their short rule, Swedish influence can still be felt in the region, with the Swedes being the ones to bring the log house to America, and there are still places that have Swedish names to this day. In the 1990s, a replica of the Swedish ship the Kalmar Nickel was built on the site of Fort Christina, Sweden's first fort in the New World. Operated and maintained by volunteers, the Kalmar Nickel can still be seen sailing the Delaware Bay to this day, just as it did over 400 years ago. New Sweden is a region I live in, and I've spent more than one day at the Christiania Mall, named after Swedish Queen Christina. I have to add that Delaware has tax-free shopping. Booyah! Number 9. Fika.
Not a
Fika is a big part of every Swede's life. At its simplest, fika just means to have a coffee, but it is so much more than that. Swedish people often describe
I still agree that fika should be worldwide.
it just means to have a coffee, but it is so much more than
Mandatory.
that. Swedish people, often described as distant and quiet, love their fika. It gives them an opportunity to meet and hang out with friends, get to know new people, check out potential partners, or network with business folks. At many working places, fika is a part of the regular daily
Coffee
schedule
good,
where a
gotta
morning
dance
fika
in.
and one in the afternoon is not uncommon. Businesses support it because fika is a great way to exchange knowledge, opinions about what's going on in the company, and generally bond with colleagues, which makes for happier and more productive workers. Fika
Facts.
at work can last 10 to 30 minutes, but when done after work, it can last hours. I'll be going on Fika as soon as I stop voice recording for this video. Gotta try it out. Number 10, the Sweden solar system. The Sweden solar system
Okay, I see you finishing off with some of the other ones that we already seen and stuff, which is still okay because I feel like he's giving different explanations. So that's
Number
a good thing.
10,
Great thing.
the Sweden solar system. The Sweden solar system is the world's largest permanent scale model of the solar system. The sun is represented by the Avicii Arena in Stockholm, named after the previously mentioned Avicii, which is the largest
I
hemispherical
need a
building in the
video.
world.
I need a video that show me the inside of that place. I need to find. If y'all can send me a video where a link to where there's a video where I can see what's inside of a tour or something.
The inner planets can also be found in Stockholm, but the outer planets are situated northward in other cities along the Baltic Sea. The model represents the solar system on a scale of 1 to 20 million. The system not only
Dang.
displays the sun and 8 planets, but also the current and proposed dwarf planets, asteroids, Halley's Comet, and the Termination Shock. Personally, I think exploring it would make for one heck of a road trip. And finally, the bonus,
Wow.
the best
Good
place
show.
to visit. In the heart of Stockholm is the island of Djurgården, home to many amazing
Djurgården?
places to see. At the top of the list is the Vasa
Djurgården?
Museum, the most
Djurgården?
visited museum in Sweden. A museum of maritime history, it displays an intact 17th century warship that has been salvaged. If you love museums, the island is also home to ABBA, the museum, the Biological Museum, the Nordic Museum, and Skansen, the world's oldest open-air museum displaying traditional
They got a
Swedish
lot of
architecture,
museums in
and also
Djurgården.
the only zoo in Stockholm containing wolves, lynxes, elks, polar bears, and many other wild Nordic
Dang.
animals. Other amazing attractions include Unibakken, a small fairy tale world based mostly on the novels of Astrid Lindgren. And last but not least, Järna Lund, a small amusement park with impressive rides.
Lund?
Sweden's oldest amusement park, it has over 30 attractions and is a popular venue for
Oh,
concerts in the summer.
snap.
Once I've spent enough time in Djurgården, I might want to check out that solar system. What other must-visit
what's up.
places are there in Sweden? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, thank you for joining in on our global community.
I definitely enjoyed this one. That was dope. Got to learn a little bit of new stuff. But yeah, it's always good to learn some facts about other places, as I always say. But you know, maybe we'll see some more up to date, some more different things about Sweden, what's going on today in 2022. Definitely can agree though on the music scene, the Eurovision and Melody Festivalen. Definitely, hey, got some talent, but definitely enjoyed that one. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. That's all I have for this video. Hey, y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're back in Sweden, in Stockholm, checking out the Mall of Scandinavia. I checked out a grocery store in Sweden, very, very large. I had all the goodies in there. Now we're gonna check out the mall. This mall looks super, super big. Like, it's huge. We got a huge mall where I am, but we got multiple malls. I don't know if Sweden has multiple malls, but this one look huge. This one is big, so we finna check this out. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, send down more recommendations. Let's jump into it. Man, kinda look like an arena. Westfield. They gotta be tourists. They taking a picture in front of the mall. Oh, snap. Yeah, this thing looks bigger than our mall we have down here. Hey, they got an Under Armour store. That's pretty dope. We do not have an Under Armour store. I ain't never seen that. Hey. Water fountain. Wow. We used to have, where I live at, we have like strip malls, like, it's like individual stores, kind of like how the inside of it is, like just individual on us. But we used to have a mall. It used to be the place to go. Couldn't wait to be an adult to go in there. They closed it down, tore it down, and built just those strip malls. So it takes the fun out of going to the mall. Thing is huge though. Body shop, Modelo, salt. I wonder if they go into the stores. There's no free advertising. Calzedonia? Oh wow, they got a tattoo parlor in there. Got a whole place you can get a tattoo in. I honestly never seen that in a mall where you can get a tattoo. Pretty big beauty mall. That's pretty interesting design on the outside. Got the kicks. I got a lot of beauty stores up in here. Maybe it's all the beauty stores in the lower level. Got a barber shop. Okay, I've seen a hair salon. I don't think I've seen a barber shop in a mall. It may be, no, I have. The nearest mall, like big mall that we go to, it's like 30, 45 minutes away from where I live. But I think they got a barber shop in there. I think they do. But this one definitely bigger than that one. That's 45 for me. You see the food court. Where the food court's at? This thing is big. Oh, that looks like they food court in the middle. No, that's not food court. Okay, Subway, Eat Fresh. Eat Fresh over there. Familiar with that. Got a bunch of stores. I don't know how old this video is. I forgot to look at the date, but let me know, because I know COVID. I went to a mall just last year, and Man, when I tell you, it was a lot of stores like closed down and stuff. If you live in Stockholm, let me know, like, is there still this many stores open in Stockholm? Because I know down here there's been a lot of stores like closed down, and there's just a few stores open in malls and stuff. It's crazy, but COVID did a lot. Espresso. Hold up. Oh yeah, this gotta be last year. Cause it has Space Jam on it. On the little thing. Oh, this is pretty recent. Man, they still got a lot of stores open. Oh, I seen that Mac over there. My wife would have had a field day in there. Getting makeup. Okay, Foot Locker. I mess with Foot Locker. Foot Locker been slacking though. What's that? Lyle and Scott. Hey, Tommy Hilfiger store. Dang, they in a line. What they waiting for? Jay Lindenberg. Looks spacious. Got a lot of space. Unleash. Peak performance. Dang, I need to order something from this mall. Let's see what I can find. Photo. Olins. Oh snap, what's that? Is that Benz and Jerry? What? Ben and Jerry, when I was in college, they actually came to my school. It's crazy. They came and spoke at my school when I was in college, Ben and Jerry, and gave out free ice cream too. Oh my, look at the light. Is that glass up there, or is that just pink lights? Might be a, oh. That's pretty dope. Dang, that's nice. Lebanon. That is pretty big though. Pretty nice. Back to the mall. Yeah, this is a pretty big mall. I messed with them. Okay, they got the basketball goals, and then what they selling? Decathlon? Oh, a sports store. Oh, snap. That's pretty huge. Man, they got bikes and everything. I like this. It's pretty nice. Yeah, this is definitely a must visit I go to Sweden. I think that's pretty much it. The eating places. Nice. This is definitely a must visit when I visit Sweden. Definitely gotta go to the mall. Every place I go, I always gotta hit up the malls, you know. That's where you almost get a glimpse of a little bit of everything. But y'all let me know, like I said, if you're in Sweden. I mean, this was just last year, so pretty much the stores are probably still open legit. And working and in business, like I said, down here, it's not too many. Like, I went to a mall. Our mall, the mall I mentioned that was like 30, 45 minutes away. It got a few stores shut down. Then there's another one that's probably like 15, 20 minutes from that one. It might have more stores. I don't like it's been a minute since I've been in there, probably like a couple of months ago, but I've been seeing it's been a lot of stores shut down, especially since last year. I don't know if people wanted to start their business up in malls. I feel like a mall is a great spot to start a business or to open up your business, you know, because it's pretty much already got customers there. So you ain't got to worry about just pushing it out so much. But y'all let me know if you've been to this mall. Definitely a must visit for me when I go to Sweden. But that's all I have. Y'all hit that subscribe button and send down those recommendations. And y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, this one been on my list for quite some time, and I finally got the chance to get to it. We here with 5 reasons why Swedish people are so attractive. This one very interesting because, like, all the videos I watch, somebody mentioned this thing. You know, somebody always mentioned this title, Swedes are so attractive type thing. So we here finna check out the reasons why. Y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Let's check it out.
What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. I know it has been a little while since I've updated my YouTube channel. I have been extremely busy, but I have not forgotten about you guys. I'm actually working on a podcast with my roommate Frederick that is going to be in Swedish that will be coming out on my YouTube channel. So don't worry, even though I haven't posted a lot of videos lately, I haven't forgot about you guys, and I'm definitely coming out with more content for you guys soon. But in this video, I want to talk about something exciting because it's been so long. And this is something that I've been thinking of, because when you move to Sweden from a foreign country, one of the first things you notice is how beautiful the people are here. And whenever I have friends from America and they come to Sweden, they're like, oh my gosh, everybody is so beautiful. Like, you go to McDonald's, for example, and there'll be a girl working behind the counter at McDonald's that is just like a stunning knockout. And it's like, that's the kind of stuff you don't see everywhere. And now that I've lived in Sweden for over 2 years, I've just gotten used to it. And I'll be at a bar or something and not even think of it. And if I'll have a friend visiting from out of town, they're like, oh my God, everybody in this place is literally so beautiful. I don't understand. And I was like, wow, this is sad that I don't notice it anymore because I've become so accustomed to it. And
Shush, do we notice that when we're somewhere for too long? Sometimes everything, you just get used to everything, no matter where you're at. Wherever you go. Once you're there, everything just becomes common, I guess.
So used to it living here. But in this video, I want to get into the reasons. Why is it? Why are the people in Sweden and in Scandinavia as a whole so beautiful? So I did some research, and there's one thing that I think is a myth. A lot of people chalk it up to the Viking culture. I actually just watched the first episode of that Viking series on HBO Nordic, and the Vikings, they were just like brutal people, man. They would go in, they would be like pillaging villages, stealing stuff, abducting women, doing all this. And the theory goes, a lot of the people chalk it up to this, is that the Vikings, way back in the day, they would always reproduce and abduct the most beautiful women wherever they would go and pillage and stuff. And so they would carry on.
That's a funny looking little meme, right? I think I see wife number
women wherever they would go and pillage and stuff, and so they would carry on the best DNA and carry on the genes. I think this is a myth, personally. Do you guys believe that? Leave a comment down below. I'm interested to see, but I want to give you my 5 reasons why I think people in Sweden are so beautiful.
Let's
The
hear
first
it.
reason I got for you guys is that Swedish people are a little bit taller than the average person in the
Okay.
world. I know for a fact that people in Sweden are a little bit taller on average than the people in America. I think in America I'm a little bit above average height, and here in Sweden I'm a little bit, maybe slightly below average height. I think it's like 5'11" is what I am, and the average in Sweden is just slightly higher than that and slightly lower than that.
Hey, you might as well call me attracted then if I go to Sweden, because, you know, I stand 6'3", 6'2", 6'3" on a good day, which is every day, you know what I'm saying?
In the US. I just found out today doing my research that a lot of people find that long legs are a sign of good genetic and reproductive health. And that's kind of a bummer for me personally, because I've always had really short legs and a long torso. So I had to find out the hard way doing the research for this video. Reason number 2 for you guys in this video is that a lot of the characteristics that are more common in Sweden are not very common in other places throughout the world. For example, a lot of people, they say that all Swedes are blonde hair, blue eyes, and this and this and this. And while there are more blonde hair, blue-eyed people in Sweden than a lot of other places, when you come to Sweden, you realize that there are people of all different varieties, different skin tones, different hair colors, eye colors, everything. And for me personally, I don't really have a type of person that I prefer. I don't have a type.
Okay.
Like that song goes, I ain't got no type. All right, we can just stop it right there.
I don't got no type.
But in the entire world, only 8% of the world's population has blue eyes, whereas in Sweden, that's 79%. So just due to the fact that it is more scarce and it's more rare, I think it's more exotic for a lot of people when they come to Sweden and they see all these blonde hair, blue-eyed people that they are not used to seeing. And in addition to this, scientists actually say that blue eyes scientifically are found as the most attractive eye color. And it's funny because I was talking to a girl the other day who had blue eyes, and she said that I had the most beautiful brown eyes and all this stuff, and I'm like, wait, brown eyes is the most common. Like, why are you trying to make me out to be this exotic thing?
Hey, she was just shooting her shot. You know, she had a shoot. Oh, Bricky.
But maybe it's because there's so many people in Sweden that have blue eyes that it's less special for them. But for everybody else in the world that comes here, I think it's kind of like you like and you're attracted to things that you're not used to and that you don't see very
That
often.
makes sense.
So, yeah, I think that's why blue eyes are found to be so attractive by so many people, just due to the
Makes a
fact
lot
that
of
it's much
sense.
more rare. And in addition, when we talk about hair color, blonde hair is actually associated with youthfulness and looking younger. Typically, people with blonde hair will look a little bit younger than what they actually are, whereas people with other hair colors, it can be harder to hide their true age. And with that being said, there are a lot of blondes in the northern part of Europe because blonde hair does the best at taking in vitamin D, and because they don't get a lot of sunshine up here in the Nordic climates, blonde hair is very important, and so there's a lot more blondes in northern Europe than in other parts of the world. Of all the points in this video, I think this one, number 3, is the most important for me personally, and that is that Swedes are in very, very good shape. As somebody that studied sports science and kinesiology in college, exercise has always been an extremely important part of my life, and I've noticed that in general, Swedes are the exact same way. They love to work out, they love to get outside, they really take care of their appearance, and especially take care of their bodies, working out, being healthy, all of those sorts of things. And this is the statistic that is absolutely mind-blowing. In Sweden, only 12% of people are obese versus almost 40% in America. So many, many more people.
Yeah, I think I could definitely fit in, cause definitely love to work. My stamina, I ain't gonna lie, I need to work on building my stamina and stuff. You know, I couldn't go run a marathon or nothing, but I work out every day. You know, it just make you feel better. Hey, healthy heart, healthy mind type of thing, you know. So, hey, I would encourage y'all to, you know, hit the gym, you know, hit the Bowflex, get up there, help your heart, help your mind.
People are in good physical shape, and for me, that is very important. I think the food can also play a role. In Sweden, people eat a lot less fast food. People tend to eat a lot healthier. Veganism is very, very big here in Sweden. A lot of people choose to eat vegan diets for health reasons and all of those sorts of things. So in general, I think that there's also less high fructose corn syrup and those kinds of things. So when you combine all these factors and you look at the food, it's easier to eat healthy here in Sweden versus in America. Of course, you can eat healthy, but there's so many options like fast food, unhealthy foods, all these things that I think in general, there's a lot of people that choose to eat less healthy in America than.
I ain't gonna lie, it's hard for me to eat healthy, because sometimes, like, I have my days where I do good, then I be like, dang, it's been a minute since I had a burger, It's been some minutes since I had some chicken, some fried chicken and stuff. So it'd be hard. That's why. But then too, like he mentioned, it's a lot of options. But once you use and eat all the options you get tired of it. You get tired of fast food. You can I feel like it's important to cook at home, but then sometimes you get lazy and don't want to
people here in Sweden. With that being said, point number 4, this one comes down to the fact that people in Sweden, they genuinely care about how they look. I mean, hanging out with my guy friends, I've never met so many guys in my life that will spend so much time caring about their appearance, looking at the mirror, making sure their hair is perfect before they go out to the clubs and all this stuff. All right, maybe my brother back home.
Might be that little bro, but we on some big things tonight, baby.
But we were a special family. Like in general, Americans, I think American guys in general, if you care about fashion, it's not really like a manly thing to do. So guys in general, they don't put as much effort into their appearance. And I was the same way. When I look back at how I was in America, I was wearing sweatpants and basketball shorts to school every day. I wasn't really...
I feel like that's just a thing because you just chilling, relax. Because when people go out, people do all males, when they get ready to go out, they're going to fix themselves up. But when you going somewhere, you just chilling tight, school, come on now, it's boring place. It's not something that you just turn up and, oh my God, I can't, who do I expect to see today type. But when you going out to eat, going to the movies, or like he said, you're going to dress up, you're going to make sure everything's straight, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to see new people or going with friends and possibly see new people.
Putting a lot of effort into my overall vibe and my look. And in Sweden, that's totally changed because being around people that care about their appearance, I've definitely taken the way I dress and all of my style and everything to the next level. And with that being said, I want to take a moment to tell you about this website where I've been buying a lot of my clothes lately, 2trendy.se. I've got these stretch pants from their website, which has definitely taken my fashion and style to the next level. I would never wear something like this in America, but they're so comfortable. It feels like wearing sweatpants, so it takes me back to those high school days where I felt like I was wearing sweatpants, but then I look in the mirror and I look like a sharp dressed man. If you guys want to get some dress pants like this, full disclosure, I do get a small percentage of all the sales, so if you guys do want to support my channel and you want to look very stylish, be sure to order some of those super stretch, comfortable pants from 2trendy. There's a link down below. Whether you're in Sweden or not, these pants will definitely help you up your style game because I know it's helped me a lot. Point number 5. This one is probably going to be the most controversial. I saved the controversial one for last here. And that is that Swedish people are less crazy than people in America. Now, let me explain. Now, in America, people, when it comes to style, they're much less afraid to stand out, take risks, and do things that maybe aren't the most attractive because they're more about individuality and expressing themselves, like getting weird tattoos on your face or like crazy hair colors or like eccentric styles that maybe are not the most attractive, whereas people in Sweden, they want to blend in a lot of times and they just care more about looking good rather than standing out. And I think to go along with that in general,
that makes sense because most people, you don't realize the more good looking you look, that's going to help you stand out. You don't have to stand out, like you said, doing all this. I mean, it can be controversial, but you don't want to do all this stuff just to stand out or thinking, oh, this is me. I've realized in life, we still going to be searching and looking for ourselves because every day is a new day. Every month is a new month. Every year is a new year. It's always going to be something different that we are just interested in, that we're going to, different situations going to, do we ever find ourselves? We just have to, as we get older, we just look back and see all that we've done. And that really was our story that is written. Most people doing all this stuff now, it definitely want attention. Most people do a lot of stuff for attention in the U.S.
They're more about looking good rather than standing out. And I think to go along with that, in general, Swedes have a much more calm and collected demeanor, which I personally find very attractive. And people in Sweden, they tend to be just a lot less stressed and a lot less crazy in general, if that makes sense. Now, as an American, I don't think there's anything wrong with expressing your individuality, But I also think that when your focus is on looking good rather than just doing something crazy to get attention, I personally like.
And that's the thing that I feel like he's right. And that's one thing we don't tell people, like, you look crazy. Some people just be looking crazy. Like, forget all that. This is me. This is what. Some people just be looking crazy. Like, somebody gotta tell them. People that ain't hated. They're just telling them the truth.
A much more minimalistic, toned down style. So with that being said, guys, those are the top 5 reasons that I think Swedes are the most attractive. If there was anything you guys think that I left out, leave a comment down below because I would love to see what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that Swedish people are very attractive, or Scandinavian people? Or what's your type? I know I ain't got no type, but wherever you're from, if you're a Swede, do you think Swedish people are attractive, or do you find foreigners to be more exotic? That's a very interesting thing for me as well. But with that being said, I'm so happy.
Appreciate you, Stefan. Appreciate you, Stefan. No, he have a point though. That last one, he definitely had a point. I definitely agree. But yeah, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, I knew I can make it. I'm a taken man, but definitely could make it in Sweden. I come to a realization that I probably belong in a different country, because like I'm a simple guy, I don't be doing too much, drawing too much attention, and that's what I've come to the conclusion of. But definitely enjoy that. If y'all got some other reasons, y'all go ahead and share that in the comments below. Why you think Swedish people are so attractive? Drop it down. Hey, definitely interested in hearing this. So y'all hit those comments. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Send down those recommendations. That's all I have. Y'all be blessed. Be the best and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, got a new Sweden video that I came across. My guy Evan Thomas, I believe he's American, and his girlfriend or wife, could be his wife, she's Swedish, and I believe they live in Sweden. So this is 10 things Americans love about Sweden, or maybe what he loves. I mean, he's there. But we finna check this out. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Send down those recommendations. Let's see. Let's check this out.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
This video is going to be 10 things Americans, or the 10 things this American loves about Sweden. The last video we did was 10 things I hate about Sweden.
Or that you feel frustrated about.
Sort of like frustrated me. But to be fair, we're going to do 10 things I love about Sweden because I really do like it here. For such a small country, it is like such a big impact on the world. The famous musicians that come out of here, the international companies like Volvo and Spotify, the Swedish ideals that come out of this small country. It's known internationally. Name another country of 10 million people that so many people know about or can associate with. I think it's a pretty great place. So here are 10 things Americans, or 10 things this American loves about Sweden. So this is a little thing relatively, but I had never seen this in America. I don't think this exists in America. This is like Swedish ingenuity, Swedish like engineering marvel. And it's the thing that divides food on the conveyor belt at a store checkout. So Swedes know exactly what I'm talking about. Americans have no clue what I'm talking about. At a supermarket, when you check out and pay, the food goes down the conveyor belt. And instead of just kind of accumulating at the end, getting stacked up, and then the next person's food coming and getting stacked up, there's a little arm that swings open and guides the food into one channel or into the other channel.
Oh.
And that way, the food from the person behind you doesn't get mixed up. When I saw this, I just thought, how have we not thought of this? Like, how does America not have this?
We did Willie's. I need to check out this store. They look pretty nice. But one of our stores used to have, they don't have it no more, but they used to. I have seen this before in America, but it was one store. But yeah, he's right though, because we just let that thing pile up. Or usually if somebody's there, they ring it up and put it in. But we do, there is a store. I don't know. I know for me personally, in my town, one grocery store used to have it, where they had the two sides. Then, I think this could get a lot of grocery faster. It could.
A really small little thing. It's something that America doesn't have. Thing number 2 I love about Sweden are these little stickers that you take when you get to a store.
The numbering.
The number
cues.
Q. I don't. Is there like a word
Number
for it?
Q.
If you know the word for it, leave it in the
Nummerlapp.
comments below. What is it in Swedish?
Nummerlapp.
Nummerlapp.
Number
So
does.
let's say you go to the bank. Let's say you go to the post office. Let's say you go to
Police?
the police station, any sort of store like a bakery, whatever. When you get there, you pull this little tape out and it has a number on it, and that correlates with the number on the wall, and that's the number that is being served.
Yeah, you just take your number, then you can walk around in the store, maybe get some other groceries or whatever you're doing, you know, just look around, and then when you just see your sign or your number on the sign, you just like, okay, I'm next.
Actually, the only place
DMV.
there is a place that does in America in Santa Monica, Bay City Delis.
Bay City.
You take a number and
See, we only do that at the DMV when you like getting your license and stuff like that, and people come. I mean, everywhere else, like, we don't pull numbers at
Is
all.
call
that
your number.
next to the Vons?
it's next to the Vons on Lincoln. Shout out to Bay City Delis. Is that what it's called? Bay City Delis. That's one thing I love about Sweden is just the order in stores and other places
Okay.
like that
Yeah.
because of the queue number. Third thing I love about Sweden is the public transportation.
Seriously.
Especially
Okay.
compared to LA, where in LA you're going half a mile.
Crowded.
Oh, I gotta get an Uber. I have to drive my car for 5 minutes and then spend 20 minutes looking for parking.
Yep.
In Sweden, or in Gothenburg at least, you walk to the
Sweden.
nearest corner basically, and there's either a bus or a tram station.
Tram.
You don't even need to check the timetables. You just know that there's going to be a bus coming every 5 minutes, and it'll take you wherever you need to go.
Yeah.
It's so convenient.
I need to find a video that kind of talk a little bit more about the transportation, because I believe just in the Netherlands, because their trams are almost like continuous, their bus stations and stuff. I don't think I did Sweden. I did the little subway thing, but I don't think not the tram.
amazing.
People have cars and people commute sometimes to work and stuff. The amount of buses and trams there are is just great, and
Yeah.
you can go anywhere you want.
And the train system too. Like if you want to go to Norway or Copenhagen, you just you go down to the train station. There's a train leaving every half an hour. You jump on the train. you're
Yeah,
there in a couple
and it's
hours.
like $20 or something to go to Norway.
Dang, that's not
$20 to go to
bad.
Stockholm. $20 to go to Copenhagen.
One thing I love about Sweden is the public transportation. We need better of it in LA for sure.
Man, that means if I visit Sweden, I can go a couple of places, just hop on the train, especially if I'm there a while. I can visit the 3 other countries
Fourth
around
thing
there.
I absolutely love about Sweden is healthcare. Free healthcare. It just blows my mind America does still not have free healthcare. And I know
crazy.
people are pushing for it. It's a right of every human, I feel like. I mean, you have
you
have a free police service, a free fire service, effectively free post service, free schools.
He got a point.
Education. I had a minor operation just a couple weeks ago, and I went to the Vård Central. It's like the local hospital, and I went to go pay, and the girl's like, "It's 100 SEK." I'm like, "Okay, $100." They're like, "No, 100 SEK, which is $9 US."
Yeah,
Like no questions asked, just $9 US.
and that's
surgery.
for a surgery. $9.
And I already know what the haters are
Dang.
saying, like, "Oh, but what about all the taxes you pay over there, you damn socialists?" And the funny thing is, and this is not an exaggeration, I paid more in taxes in California, in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Most definitely, California is. Hey, let me just say, everybody that live in California are trying to move to Texas because it's cheaper. It's expensive, but cheaper. It's cheaper than Los Angeles. I mean, not even Los. I was just saying but California is super expensive. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy
This is not an
expensive.
exaggeration. I paid more in taxes in California, in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Between the federal tax, the state income tax, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, payroll tax, like the other tax that Santa Monica has.
Dang.
The fifth thing I love about Sweden is another small thing, but I love it. You can drink out of the tap. The tap water is so clean and safe that like you don't have to buy bottled water. If you go skiing in the U.S., you're up in the Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Nevadas, you can drink right out of the tap. Well, that's like what all of Sweden is like.
Yeah.
It's just super clean, tasty, cold tap water.
Yeah, I love how cold it is. That's what I noticed the difference when I lived in America, that if you are in any way drinking from the tap, it never gets cold and it tastes really bad.
Yeah, that's a fact. I feel like it depends on where you at. Certain places, I ain't gonna lie, they can have some very, very cold water. Maybe like school. I mean, not everybody water fountain. I wouldn't trust everybody water fountain first and foremost here, but yeah, they do got a point. Some of them, especially if it's warm, that means all the other ones are warm. It's
Water
nasty.
in LA is, I don't know how many chemicals are like. The sixth thing I love about Sweden is that everyone takes off their shoes when you go inside.
Okay.
I love that. Like when I was living in LA, I tried to get my roommates to do it and try to get everyone I know when they're coming over. It's just a no-brainer for me. If you're treading around in the dirt and the asphalt and all the oil that the cars drip around, you don't want your shoes inside the house, getting on your rug and on your hardwood floor. For whatever reason, it's a Swedish tradition, like much like in Asia, where you take off your shoes and you come in a house. And for that reason, the house is sparkling. It's always clean.
Yeah. I think that in California, at least, like it's always good weather. So maybe people don't, like in Sweden, for example, like if it's raining, it's snowing. Of course, you can't wear those shoes inside. Whereas in California, it's good weather, so people don't think about it. But
it's so funny to go to Sweden's house if they're having a party or something.
Yeah.
There's 30 pairs of shoes at the front door.
If you
would walk over all the shoes to get inside.
If you would ever walk in with shoes at a party like that, people would be like,
yeah.
What the hell is that guy doing? He's mental.
Such a small, simple thing. I absolutely love it. In Sweden, you take off your shoes before you go inside. Seventh thing I love about Sweden is that it's safe. It's really safe. There's barely any guns here, so you don't really ever... Like in LA, for example, even in Santa Monica, a very wealthy sort of area of LA, you're walking around and you're kind of just like, oh, why is there so many homeless people here? Like, is someone gonna rob me at gunpoint? It's just kind of always on edge of like crime and everything. And in Sweden, it's just so safe, just in general. Like, there's just not that much crime.
I think there's a few murders happening every year. I don't know the exact number. I think in LA...
There's like 15 murders a day in LA.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's insane.
The gun thing is just out of control. And again, that's like a whole other video we could go on about, but...
The guns.
He's speaking facts.
Before we go on to the next thing, I just want to say, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to click subscribe, click the like button, and if you have any questions for us or any comments, leave them in the comment section below. The eighth thing I love about Sweden, or I don't know if this goes for all Sweden, but Gothenburg, is that it's very international. I play soccer on Saturdays down at the local park, and I'm playing with people from South Africa, people from Mexico, people from Chile, people from China, people from Indonesia, people from India, people from Saudi Arabia. It's very international.
Yeah.
Like this city is Gothenburg. It's really cool. And at my work, I'm not the only foreigner. There's I'd say more than half the company is foreign. So it's pretty easy for a foreigner to fit in here. English is spoken widely. So the ninth thing I love about Sweden is work-life balance. It's kind of
very important.
Basically, the vacation days. In the States, you get 2 weeks vacation a year. I mean, think about that. That is insane.
2 out of 52.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Very insane. And most people, like, because most jobs too, like most companies, they don't want to hire a certain amount, like more people, because they don't want to pay people. So they'll have that person, even though 2 weeks, like it's hard to find the 2 weeks to take off because they need you at work. That's another issue. I mean, they need you at work and you can't even take off.
And if you want to enjoy a country to its utmost, you have to spend at least 2 weeks in a country to really get to know it. So it's basically impossible to be a traveler and live in the United States.
And to see the world. I mean, how are you supposed to go from the US to Southeast Asia or to Europe or like Africa if you only have 2 weeks?
For example, like the day before Christmas you take off, the day after Thanksgiving you take off, like you take off 1 day
here and there
to make a 3-day weekend. So you spend a week doing that, and then you have a week left
to
week
travel. I mean, you don't even get to calm down in a week.
And in Sweden it's a minimum, the very minimum is 5 weeks, and most jobs get 6 weeks. And so that's why Swedes are so well traveled. And the other thing too is just like in the US, the taboo around traveling. You write to your boss like, hey, I'm thinking about taking a week off to go to Mexico. They're like, oh, you're gonna take a whole week off? Like, all right, go ahead, you're entitled to it. And it's like a big deal to take a week off.
He's speaking facts. But I can't say the last job I worked at, they were when I took my time, you know, they let me take my time. But some people do be like that. Like, dang, it's a problem when you start adding a couple of days on it.
Go ahead, you're entitled to it. And it's like a big deal to take a week off work. Whereas here in Sweden, people are like, yeah, I'm going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks. Like, not going to be on email. See ya. The boss is like, yeah, me too. I'll go too, actually.
Yeah. You're like, go relax, take a few weeks off and just come back.
Hey, I like that. hey, I'm leaving. Well, I'm going with you, buddy. You need somebody to come with you? Let me go too.
Actually,
Yeah,
Hey,
they're
it's
like,
just-
go relax,
Yeah.
take a few weeks off, and just
Right.
come back with new energy.
The work-life balance.
Do your
here
job even
is
better.
Just, yeah.
And that's another
That's
thing.
pretty
Like
dope.
you're doing your job better if you get some new perspective. You get
Come
to
on
see
now.
another
She's
country,
speaking.
you
She's
get
speaking
some more
facts.
energy from
speaking
traveling,
truth.
and you know.
My fault. I'm talking over her, but she's speaking true. Like if you get some rest, you're gonna be more productive. You're gonna be more, you're gonna actually love doing the work that you do. I don't care how much everybody else hate it, but because you got some rest, you're gonna be able to be productive.
And that's another thing. Like you're doing your job better if you get some new perspective. You get to see another country. You get some more energy from traveling, and you know. You'll do your job better when you get back.
More fresh, you're more productive. You're less.
More D vitamin in your face.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the 2-week vacation thing in America just wasn't working for me.
Ain't enough.
I have 6 weeks at my job, and it's pretty amazing. You can do like.
The 10th and final thing I love about Sweden is Swish. Swish is like Venmo. It's an app that you use to pay people. But not only can you pay your friends, you can also pay restaurants. You can pay your bills. You can pay stores. The adoption rate is 100%.
I think I heard somebody mention this in another video. That's pretty cool.
You can pay your bills. You can pay stores. The adoption rate is 100%. Like every single person has Swish.
Everyone has Swish.
And it's not weird to use Swish. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just Swish you for that. Or if you're at the restaurant, like, yeah, in fact, Swish is, I mean, they don't, like, I have been here 3 months. I haven't even seen physical paper cash, like physical paper currency. They don't, it's becoming like a cashless society.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. It's cool. It's convenient.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. You just swish everything.
That's what's swish.
And I think that's all for today.
I think that's all for today. That's the 10 things that Americans or that this American loves about Sweden. What should we do for the next video? If you have an idea for our next video, leave it in the comment section and we read all the comments, so we'll do that video next.
I have a good one.
What is it?
Maybe how we met.
Okay.
That could be a cool one.
But
that's pretty dope. I like this channel. I'm gonna have to subscribe to my guy Evan Thomas. That was pretty good. They were speaking facts, I ain't gonna lie, they were speaking facts. Just the differences, especially from what I just hear from everybody else in the comments about Sweden or the Swedes that live there, So he's speaking facts because I can definitely relate how it is here in the States, how much different it is, and how much more it could be convenient for everybody. Like they said, like Swedes, they take off, they use their time when they need it, and it's not a problem. Here, it's a problem, which is not good because, like she mentioned, if you want somebody to be energized, loving their work, being productive, give them a break. Break, just get a break. Be revived, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I have. If y'all want to add something, hit me up in the comments. Let me know some other different things that you may know. But that's all I have. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Send me more recommendations. And y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We here. I told you I wanted to see and learn a little bit more about IKEA as well, because where I'm from, we don't have an IKEA in my town, but I have been to an IKEA that's like maybe 30-45 minutes away from my house, but only been once. So we finna see the most, not even the most popular, but the most the biggest company in Sweden probably ever. One of the most biggest, most richest companies that sells furniture. We finna check it out. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Hey, and I'm also getting ready to order more candy for a part 2, trying Swedish candy. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But let's check this out.
15 things you didn't know about IKEA. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by alux.com. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at alux. Today we're revealing some interesting and surprising facts about the world's largest furniture retailer, IKEA. IKEA was established in 1943 by Ingvar Kamprad in Älmhult, Sweden. At the beginning, it was primarily a mail-order sales business, and Kamprad added furniture to the catalog in 1948. The first brick-and-mortar store was opened in 1958, and IKEA's flat-pack, ready-to-assemble furniture
that was already
revolutionized
big.
the industry. IKEA started expanding beyond Sweden in 1963, with a store in Norway, followed by many other countries. IKEA currently operates over 400 stores worldwide and has been the world's largest furniture retailer since 2008. It is also one of the most profitable privately owned companies worldwide, and about 15 new stores are opened every year.
See, I feel like we had a new furniture store open up in my town, but I think it was a little smaller. But I think having an IKEA, you're really gonna need some space, a bigger, probably bigger town, bigger city. I live in a small town, but we're a good size. But I think this will need the space of like that our Walmart takes up.
Privately owned companies worldwide, and about 15 new stores are opened every year. IKEA is also looking to the future, as they are currently developing products that feature smart home technology, the first of which will be available in 2019. We're
I mean, they probably
inspired by
already did it.
IKEA's incredible success, innovative spirit, unique business model, and forward-thinking nature. So it's time to take a closer look now at this retail giant with the 15 things you didn't know about IKEA. Number 1. Their top-selling product is the Billy Bookshelf. IKEA sells approximately 12,000 products in each of their stores, but their best-selling product for several years, if you don't count the...
That's a pretty nice bookshelf. Like, I don't have too many books and stuff. The books I do read, you know, they in my office. But that's a nice bookshelf for a big office. I've seen a couple of people with some of those in
each
there.
of their stores, but their best-selling product for several years, if you don't count the meatballs, has been the Billy Bookshelf. This bookcase comes in a variety of sizes and finishes, so it's a popular choice for just about any style of home decor. One Billy Bookshelf is sold approximately every 10 seconds.
Dang.
Number 2. The letters in the name IKEA each have significance. The first 2 letters in the store's name are the initials of the founder, Ingvar Kamprad. The E and A stand for the farm and village where Ingvar grew up, Elmteryd and Ageunaryd.
Dang, I
3.
didn't know that.
IKEA uses 1% of the world's commercial wood supply. Some people have criticized IKEA for depleting forests, since they do use about 1% of the world's commercial wood supply yearly. However, IKEA does take steps to ensure their materials are sourced sustainably. They own about 250 acres of forests in Europe, primarily in Romania, and in February 2018, they made their first forest purchase in America, which was 25,000 acres in Alabama. They also own 416 wind turbines, which produce 900 million kilowatts of renewable energy every year. Number 4.
That's a good business plan right here. Like, they know what they do.
Kilowatts of renewable energy every year. Number 4. IKEA's founder died with a net worth of $58.7 billion. IKEA's founder, Ingvar Kamprad, passed away in January of 2018 at the age of 91. His reported net worth at the time of his death was $58.7 billion, which made him one of the top 10 richest people in the world. Despite him being a billionaire many times over, he had a reputation for being frugal, with habits like riding the bus, shopping at flea markets, and taking home salt and pepper packets from restaurants. On second thought, now it's starting to make sense.
Hey, sometimes you don't forget where you come from, you know, humble beginnings. Hey, I don't care how much money I got. I'm probably not gonna go buy $1 million house, or I'll probably still eat McDonald's. I'll probably still go to the supermarket and shop, go to Walmart and shop. I'll still be, now I ain't gonna lie, I might have a shoe collection or something. And two cars.
Gets from restaurants. On second thought, now it's starting to make sense. Number 5. The largest IKEA is located in
Wow, I
South
didn't
Korea.
know that either.
In 2014, IKEA opened a massive 635,000 square foot store about an hour outside of Seoul, South Korea. This overtook the 592,000 square foot IKEA in Stockholm, Sweden, that previously held the record for the largest IKEA store.
Dang.
IKEA's project manager for Korea said that the store was not designed specifically to be the biggest IKEA store, but they were focused on building a store large enough to accommodate the 23 million people that live in the Seoul metro area. There were some Korean touches added to the store as well. For instance, in addition to selling their trademark meatballs, they also sell kimchi rice and Korean barbecue. The store is about 12 times larger than the United States White House.
Wow.
Number 6.
Dang.
They sell 1 billion meatballs a year. Ingvar Kamprad said, it's
Them
difficult.
meatballs must be really, really good, cause that's a lot of meatballs within the year. I'm gonna have to go to IKEA just to try the meatballs.
They sell 1 billion meatballs a year. Ingvar Kamprad said, it's difficult doing business with someone on an empty stomach. And this is why he decided to set up a restaurant in the very first IKEA store
That's
in
smart,
1956. And now there's a restaurant in just about every IKEA worldwide. Arguably the most popular food offering is the Swedish meatball, which was first introduced in IKEA stores in the 80s. Now IKEA sells 1 billion meatballs
That
per
is
year around the
crazy.
world. IKEA's food sales make up about 5% of their total revenue, but this still equals out to over $1.5 billion every year.
Gosh.
Number 7. IKEA holds the record for the
Not the
world's
gingerbread
largest
man.
gingerbread man. In 2009, the
Oh.
IKEA in Oslo, Norway, set a world record by baking the world's largest gingerbread man as a part of Guinness World Records International
How they get that in a oven, or did they have to bake that over
World
something?
record by baking the world's largest gingerbread
Wow.
man as a part of Guinness World Records International Record Day. The giant gingerbread man weighed 651 kilograms, or over 1,435
Ain't that the
pounds,
tallest man in the
and
world?
was baked in one piece. Number 8. Kamprad was only 17 years old when he created IKEA. Ingvar
Wow.
Kamprad founded IKEA when he was just 17 years old. He took the money his father gave him as a reward for getting good grades and put it into creating a mail-order catalog business. It wasn't until 13 years later, in 1956, when he pioneered flat-packed furniture, that his business really took off.
That is crazy.
Number 9. The product names are a result of the founder's dyslexia. Kamprad's dyslexia made it difficult for him to remember inventory item numbers correctly, so he came up with a system of naming his products with Swedish words. For example, bathroom items are named after Scandinavian bodies of water, bookcases are named after occupations, kitchen items are named after grammatical terms, and garden furniture is named after Swedish island.
Hey, this man had a plan. He was on a mission and got one of the biggest companies in the world, if not the big. That is crazy. Like, I never knew this stuff about IKEA. I was familiar with IKEA, but I never knew this
Are
stuff.
named after grammatical terms, and garden furniture is named after Swedish islands.
That's smart. That's smart.
Number 10. IKEA rugs are used for Game of Thrones costumes. If the capes the men and women of Westeros on Game of Thrones look familiar to you, it could be because you spotted them at IKEA. The costume designers rework certain IKEA rugs to create appropriate-looking capes. The
Wow.
models they commonly use are the Rens, which is a sheepskin replica rug, and the Ten, which is described as super soft, warm, and cozy. If you want to learn some more interesting facts about this show and the channel it airs on, click in the upper right-hand corner to watch our video of 15 things you didn't know about HBO.
Wow. They got a lot of stuff on
Number
the
11. Balenciaga was accused of ripping off the design of IKEA's Frakta bag. When Balenciaga introduced their Arena Extra Large Shopper Tote in 2017, many couldn't help but
They do
notice the
kinda look
striking
alike.
resemblance it had to IKEA's shopping tote, the Frakta bag. One way the bags are very different is their price tag. The Balenciaga bag costs $2,145, while the IKEA bag is only 99 cents. The Balenciaga bag is also made out of glazed leather, while the IKEA bag is made out of thermoplastic polymer, although they both have the same color and style.
Yeah, kind of the same concept
Number
right there.
12. There are IKEA stores in 5 of 7 continents.
Dang.
It's no surprise that there's no IKEA in Antarctica, but there's another continent that also lacks an IKEA presence, and that is South America. IKEA has over 400
bruh.
stores worldwide, with over 260 stores in Europe, 54 stores in North America, 44 stores in Asia, 13 in the Mideast and North Africa, and 9 stores in Australia. Number 13.
amazing.
A number of couples have gotten married at
What?
IKEA. Some people like to joke that shopping at IKEA is a true test for any relationship, but some couples have taken this to the next level. Actually, there have been a number of couples that have been married
That's
at IKEA.
funny. Me and my wife should have took our our marriage pictures at IKEA. If I would have known, we would have
Taken
did
this
that.
to the next level. Actually, there have been a number of couples that have been married at IKEA stores. For example, in 2013, one Australian couple won a contest to become the first in Australia to have an IKEA wedding. Almost every
Wow.
element of the wedding came from IKEA products, including the lighting, decorations, glassware, furniture, and meatballs.
That's funny.
80 IKEA fans from Facebook were also invited to the ceremony. The backdrop for the ceremony was created out of IKEA picture frames and textiles, and the wedding cake was made to resemble flat pack boxes.
That is funny.
Number 14. IKEAs in China encourage their customers to take naps in the store. Shopping can be exhausting, especially when you're
can.
winding through the complicated layout of an IKEA. But if you're in an IKEA in China, you're in luck. The customers are actually encouraged to test out the display beds in the
Wow.
store by taking a nap. And the displays are designed.
See, I wouldn't take it now because I wouldn't know who walking up in there. But if it's a nice, I might judge. Dang. See, when we in furniture stores and stuff, we feel on it. If somebody encouraged me to take a nap, though, I might have to because IKEA, that's pretty big. That place is pretty big.
Encouraged
So
to test out the display
I would
beds in
take
the
a nap.
store by taking a nap. And the displays are designed with extra space to make the experience even more comfortable. Number 15. IKEA had over $47.5 billion in revenue in
Gosh.
2017. IKEA has been increasing their revenue year after year as they continue to expand their market and open new stores across the globe. In 2016, their revenues totaled around $44 billion, and in 2017, their revenues had increased to
Man.
over $47.5 billion. Now that you've
That's
learned more about
amazing.
IKEA, we'd like to know, do you have an IKEA near where you live? Let us know where your nearest IKEA is.
Yep, our nearest IKEA, it's like 30. It's probably 45 minutes away. I would say it's like at least 45 minutes away. I gotta make sure though, guys. You know me. Let me see. Okay, we do got one. I see it. It's funny because it's by like 2 others. Oh, never mind. It depends on where you go. It's like an hour away. I thought it was closer. I thought we had an IKEA that was closer. Dang. So the closest one we got is an hour away. If there's traffic. If there's not no traffic, we should be good. But
In
man,
the
this
comments.
is crazy. But man, this was different.
Still
I'll
here?
have to check
Here's a
out some
bonus fact to
IKEA
thank you
stuff.
for sticking around all the way to the end. Every year, IKEA delivers over 800 million feet of products, which is
Wow.
enough to fill more than 9,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you
That was nice. I like that one. I thought I subscribed to Alux last time. I guess I didn't. But hey, good thing IKEA. I feel like this is major when it comes to Swedish culture. Just because it's like number one. It's number one of the top companies in the world. You know what I'm saying? And there was some facts I didn't know. Like I said, I've been to IKEA like once. And that was like 2011, 2012. So I was still in high school at the time. So I just know how much the IKEA that I went to is upgraded, and that's the one that's like an hour away. I thought it was like 45 minutes, but it's been a lot going on. It's a lot of construction and stuff. So maybe they building new roads and stuff. I don't know, but definitely enjoy that one, guys. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Send me more recommendations. Like I said, I'm getting ready to order more candy. So hey, I can't wait. But that's all I have for this video. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are here with 101 facts about Sweden. I don't think I've done this video yet. It's super long. It's like 30 minutes. But I was like, you know what? I checked out a lot of facts. And let's check this out, because I know I haven't checked over 100, probably even 50. It hasn't been over 50, I don't think. So we finna check this out and see some stuff that I probably already know and see some new stuff. We're probably gonna hear some new facts on this channel. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, send me some recommendations on some other videos you would like me to react to and check out. And I'm gonna also do more videos about learning how to speak Sweden. Somebody hit me up about there's an app that can teach you how to speak different languages and stuff like that. So I've been checking it out as well. But we finna check this out. Also, today's the day I'm ordering more candy from Sweden. Hey, y'all might see a part 2. So I'm gonna do that. Check that out. But let's jump into this video. 101 facts.
Hey motherfuckers, jag are Sam, and today I'm here to talk to you all about the Scandinavian sensation, the Nordic nonpareil, the freezing phenomenon that is Sweden. Sweden has contributed so much good to the world, much of it spherical. Confused? Well, I guess you'll have to keep watching to find out what I mean, won't you? But why do Swedish people regularly scream out of their windows? Why does Sweden import rubbish from Norway? And is the Swedish chef the king or president of Sweden? I should really learn more about international politics. Anyway, 2 out of 3 of those questions are going to be answered, so get comfortable on your Stocksund armchair, grab yourself some surströmming and salt licorice, and prepare to be Swedenated right up the jacksie with 101 facts about Sweden. Mycket bra. Number 1. Sweden, known officially as the Kingdom of Sweden, is a Scandinavian country in Northern Europe. Are you with me so far? Yes, good. The rest of the video would be a bit of a slog if you weren't, frankly. Number 2. Sweden is nicely sandwiched between Norway to the west and north and Finland to the east. Sweden is also connected to Denmark to the southwest by a bridge tunnel across a super narrow strip of water known as the
I've seen that
Øresund.
bridge before.
Number 3.
I like the fact that he put a sandwich and put it
Across
in.
a super narrow strip of water known as the Øresund. Number 3. Sweden is generally divided into 3 distinct regions, which are stacked on top of one another vertically like the sections of a fab. I remember those. The southernmost region is Jutland, Svealand is found in the middle, and Norrland sits atop the north. Sorry if I mispronounce anything like that, because, apparently I mispronounce things all the bloody time, according to the comments section. Number 4. At a hefty 450,295 square kilometres, Sweden is the 3rd largest country in the European Union by area, behind Spain in 2nd place and France, which takes the gold medal. Number 5. Sweden has a total population of roughly 10 million people. Interestingly, around 2.3 million of those people have a foreign background.
I seen somebody in the comments, they were like, it's actually more people now, so it's well over 10 million. I think they showed like 10 million and 400,000 something. I don't know. But it's well over 10 million
Meaning
now.
that almost a quarter of all Swedes have recent ancestry from outside the country. Number 6. Sweden has a pretty low population density of only 22 inhabitants per square kilometre. The highest concentration of people is in the southern half of the country, i.e. most of Jutland and Svealand. Furthermore, roughly 85% of the population of Sweden lives in urban areas. Number 7. The modern Swedish word for Sweden is Sverige. Sverige, which simply means realm of the Swedes. Pretty simple, unlike IKEA instructions. Ho-ho! Zing! Got you there. Oh, it's probably racist for me to mention IKEA, but there we go. Number 8. There is evidence to suggest that people have been living in what is now known as Sweden since as early as 12,000 BC. But Sweden first emerged as an independent state much later on during the early 12th century. In the year 1280, King Magnus Lardalus issued a statute which established a nobility and granted them numerous rights and privileges, including freedom from taxation. Oh dear, typical posh boy. I shouldn't pay any tax because I've got loads of money.
Not the Starbucks.
Number 9. A couple of centuries later, the population of Sweden was decimated by the Black Death. Oh, classic Black Death. Which killed 2/3 of the Swedish population. At this point, Scandinavia's culture, finances and languages came under threat from a powerful merchant association called the German Hanseatic League. In response, the kingdoms of Sweden, Norway and Denmark joined together under a single monarch in 1397, creating what was known as the Kalmar Union. The Kalmar Union lasted almost 130 years until Sweden rage quit in 1523, becoming a strong, independent country that don't need no man in a crown. Number 10. In 1630, Sweden decided to get involved in the religious conflict known as the 30 Years' War, which had already been raging for years. The Swedish involvement snatched the Protestant side a victory from the Catholic jaws of defeat, and resulted in a significant decline of Catholicism in Northern Europe. At this point, Sweden had solidified its position as one of the great powers of Europe, which lasted for hundreds of years after. Siffra 11. In the year 1658, oh, remember that, what a great year it was. The sea between Sweden and Denmark froze over so completely that 9,000 Swedish soldiers and their horses literally walked across frozen water and besieged Copenhagen.
Dang.
Number 12. Unfortunately for the Swedes, during the 18th and 19th centuries, Sweden began to lose many of their territories outside the Scandinavian peninsula, culminating in the annexation of what is now Finland by Russia in 1809. Oh, poor Finns. Number 13. The last war in which Sweden was directly involved flared up in 1814, when Denmark was forced to cough up Norway, which was forced into a union with Sweden which lasted until 1905, at which point it was peacefully dissolved. The union, not the country. Since 1841, Sweden maintained an official policy of neutrality in foreign affairs, meaning that it's been at peace for over 200 years, even throughout both world wars.
Definitely hear about that in some of these facts.
Yes, meaning that it's been at peace for over 200 years, even throughout both world wars. Number 14. That being said, although Sweden was officially neutral in both World War I and II, the country did engage in humanitarian efforts. During the Second World War, Sweden took in refugees from German-occupied Europe, including almost all of Denmark's Jews, who Hitler, and I'm going to say it, that dick, had ordered to be arrested and deported to concentration camps.
Dang.
However, Sweden also allowed the Nazis to use their railways to transport arms and troops and traded with Germany throughout World War II, so it's a bit of a mixed bag of should we help the Nazis or not? Number 15. Between the 1850s to the 1930s, roughly 1.5 million Swedish people emigrated to North America. The population of Sweden in that period was never more than 3.5 million, so that's really saying something. Most America-bound Swedes ended up in Minnesota, where the American Swedish Institute is located in the state capital of Minneapolis. Number 16. After the Cold War ended, Sweden joined the European Union on the 1st of January 1995, but also chose not to adopt the euro and also declined NATO membership. Oh, those rebels. Number 17. Sweden is home to over 95,000 lakes larger than 100 square meters. That's over 9.5 million square meters of lake, people. I'm trying to make this sound impressive, but I genuinely have no idea how much lake is a lot of lake. Like, number 18.
Hey, just having that many, that's just a lot right there. Having 2, 3, 4,
Sound
5,
impressive, but I genuinely have no idea how much lake is a lot of lake. Like, number 18. The Åland Islands, an archipelago located at the entrance of the Gulf of Bothnia, are officially part of Finland, but are home to a Swedish-speaking minority who have their own government, flag, and culture.
Oh.
Number 19.
I don't think I heard about that.
Because of its proximity to the Arctic Circle, Sweden regularly experiences long, dark winters, which can lead to some of its citizens to suffer from seasonal affective disorder. As such, some bus stops in Sweden have been fitted with phototherapy lights to combat the effect of barely seeing the sun for months on end. Number 20. Sweden's northernmost town is Kiruna and is located well within the Arctic Circle. The town is so far north, in fact, it does this really mental thing where the sun does not set at all certain times of the year, and subsequently doesn't rise at all for most of December. Number 21. Nowadays, Sweden is...
I think that's still interesting to me how the sun doesn't come up or it look like it's nighttime all day type thing. That's interesting. I think that would be cool to experience.
At all for most of December. Number 21. Nowadays, Sweden is renowned for its Nordic social welfare system. Swedish citizens enjoy universal healthcare and university education entirely free of charge at point of use. Wow, that's good. I like that
I knew
a lot.
that.
However, this comes at the price of high taxes. And with a tax rate of over 50% of GDP, Swedish people are among the most highly taxed in the world. However, most Swedes seem to be fairly happy with the situation. In fact, the Swedish word for tax is skatt, which doesn't mean anything filthy. It means treasure.
What in the world?
Number 23. Since 1901, the Nobel Prizes have been awarded every year in Sweden to honour excellence in various fields, with modern categories including physics, medicine, literature, peace, and YouTube fact videos. I hope to put my statue out this year. As of last year, almost 585 prizes have been awarded to 923 people and organisations. Number 24. In case you didn't know, the Nobel Prizes are the legacy of Alfred Nobel, who left a massive amount of money in his will to the establishment of the Nobel Prize. Oh, and also he invented dynamite in 1866, so well done,
that's
Alfred.
that guy.
I don't
I
know
heard
what that
about that.
coyote from Looney Tunes would do without you. Number 25.
Hey, that's a fact. 'Cause Looney Tunes did become major using dynamites and stuff.
Well done, Alfred. I don't know what that coyote from Looney Tunes would do without you. Number 25. Sweden has managed to accrue 7 Nobel Prizes for literature, including the first woman to win the prize, Selma Lagerlöf, who won in 1909. Morbacka, a large mansion in west central Sweden, has a national shrine and memorial to Lagerlöf. Number 26. But it's not just writing that Swedes have done good at. A number of important inventions and innovations are Swedish in origin. The pacemaker, the refrigerator, the ultrasound, the astronomical
The
lens...
refrigerator? They didn't tell me about the refrigerator.
Swedish in origin. The pacemaker, the refrigerator...
See, come on now. Everybody got a fridge or should have a
The
fridge.
ultrasound, the astronomical lens, and computer mouse were invented in Sweden or by
What?
Swedes living abroad.
See, those 2 I didn't, or 3, because even the what's the name?
The astronomical lens and computer...
The astronomical lens, the mouse, and a refrigerator. Those are major. Those are things that still used today. See, no, they didn't tell me. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment. Let me know if this is accurate.
Computer mouse were invented in Sweden or by Swedes living abroad. So without the Swedes, you wouldn't be able to see your baby and paste it all over Facebook. Oh, I'm having a baby. Yeah. Number 27. To date, Sweden has won 636.5 Olympic medals in total. The half a medal, which you may be thinking, about, is due to the fact that at the 1900 Olympics in Paris, Sweden competed alongside Denmark in a tug-of-war with France, and Sweden-Mark won the gold. Number 28. Of course, no discussion about Sweden would be complete without mentioning everyone's favourite international sensation, that is IKEA. Did you know that everyone's favourite purveyor of Scandi design also sells roughly 1,836,000 meatballs across the globe every single day? No?
Just
Well,
heard
you
about
do
that.
now. Do with that information as you wish. Eat it up like a meatball. Number 29. In 2006, IKEA opened up a store in Haparanda, a municipality in Sweden,
Haparanda.
in the most northerly county of Norrbotten, making it the northernmost IKEA in the world. Temperatures there regularly drop to minus double digits during the winter, so I think I'll just go to the one in Croydon, thanks very much. Number 30. Speaking of Haparanda, the town is so close to the Finnish town of Tornio that they share the same post office with 2 separate phone lines, one for calls to Sweden and one for calls to Finland. Number 31. Similarly, there's a golf club on the border of Sweden and Finland with half the holes in one country and half in the other. You probably have to bring a passport to go. Security would be awful, wouldn't it? Number 32.
That's funny.
The 3-point seatbelt is also a Swedish invention too, and is said to have saved
Oh,
1
yes, sir.
million lives.
Lifesavers.
It was first introduced in 1959 by Volvo, and today are found in billions of vehicles worldwide. Number 33. The world's largest scale model of the solar system can be found in Sweden. The sun is represented by the Ericsson globe, with the models of various planets, celestial bodies and solar features dotted around the country at a maximum distance of 950 kilometers across. And yet, the model has a scale roughly 1 to 20 million. Wow. Space really is huge. We could have a video about space. What?
Hey,
We
you might
already
have to check
do?
that
What a
out.
coincidence. Watching after this one. Number 34. Possibly Sweden's most celebrated scientist is Carl Linnaeus, who was born in the
Linnaeus?
countryside of Småland in southern Sweden in 1707. Linnaeus is best known for creating the formal system of naming organisms known to bionormal classification, which enables all plants and animals to be consistently named and classified, which, you know, is helpful in science. Linnaeus
Super
himself
helpful.
created the term Homo sapiens, so in a way, he named all of us. He also called you a homo, so you gonna take that, are you? No, actually. Number 35. Sweden's Uppsala University has in its possession a
Uppsala.
famous 4th century Bible known as the Silver Bible, which is considered by
snap.
many to be one of the world's most valuable books. The Silver Bible is an incomplete version of the New Testament written in ancient Gothic language using silver and gold ink. It's pretty much the most blinged and pimped out Bible you'll ever come across. Blood. Oh, why did I say blood at the end? I ruined it. Number 36. One of history's most popular video games, world building simulator Minecraft, was created by Swedish programmer Marcus Notch Persson as a one-man passion project. First released in 2011, the game has since sold more than 144 million copies, making it the second best-selling game of all time after Tetris. Tack, Sweden.
Hey, that's major. Dang, it didn't beat out Tetris though. Tetris, I love Tetris.
Making it the second best-selling game of all time after Tetris. Tack, Sweden.
Kids do love
Number
Minecraft.
37. The Swedes are also behind the uber-popular
Hey,
freemium
that's my
mobile
game
game
right there.
Candy Crush. Swedish games development company.
Hey, I love Candy Crush. I ain't gonna lie, you know, I'm on level like 100 something.
Swedes are also behind the uber-popular freemium mobile game Candy Crush. Swedish games development company King has had their game downloaded almost 500 million times, and in 2013, the game generated a staggering $1.5 billion in sales. That's 11.8 billion Swedish krona. Number 38. You can also thank Sweden for its massive contribution to the world of music in the form of one band, Bass Hunter. Oh, nope, sorry, I mean ABBA. The group has sold over 375 million records worldwide, which, depending on who you ask, makes them the third or fourth best-selling music act in history. What an interesting fact that is. Does your mother know?
Check out some ABBA.
Oh, okay. Number 39. ABBA are remembered even today for not only their extensive catalogue of bangers, but also the ridiculous outfits they wore during their spectacular live performances. The members of ABBA have since revealed they wore these wacky costumes primarily to avoid Sweden's taxes, which allowed deductions for clothing if it wasn't meant for everyday use. That's the name of the game. ABBA, it doesn't matter.
ABBA.
Number 40. The capital of Sweden is Stockholm, a city built on 12 islands and over 50 bridges, leading it to being given the nickname the Venice of the North. To be fair, basically anywhere with enough water gets that nickname. Cue all the people from Birmingham saying, oh, we have more canals than Venice. No one cares, Birmingham, right? Number 41. Stockholm is also home to Skansen, the world's first open-air museum, opened all the way back in 1891. Skansen depicts examples of Swedish rural life from various time periods between the 16th century and 20th century, and attracts more than 1.3 million visitors each year. Meaningen. Believe it. In an attempt to make obeying the speed limit fun, which is possibly the most boring string of words I could have ever uttered, Stockholm tested a speed camera lottery, which automatically entered speed limit-abiding drivers into a prize pool funded by the fines paid by those caught speeding. Ah, karma's gonna get you. Number 43. One interesting Stockholm phenomenon is the tradition of the Flogsta Scream, in which the denizens of Flogsta, a residential area in Stockholm, stick their heads out of windows at 10 p.m. every Tuesday and scream their little Swedish lungs out for several minutes.
Hey, y'all gotta let me know if this is true. Factor cap.
Of windows at 10 p.m. every Tuesday and scream their little Swedish lungs out for several minutes. This is done to relieve the stress caused by university exams, although that sounds like it causes more stress than it solves. Number 44. Stockholm is renowned for its colourful art-covered metro stations. More than 90 of the 100 stations have been covered in mosaics, paintings, sculptures and carvings, meaning it's been dubbed the world's longest art gallery.
Wow.
Number 45. Greta Garbo, you know, the legendary Hollywood actress and Swede, which is why we mention her, had her first job as a sales assistant in the hat section of the pub department store at the Hotoket City Square in Stockholm. She later starred in over 30 films and spent most of her life in the US before dying in New York City in 1990, like one classy bee. I hope I die in NYC. Or Norwich, whichever's easiest. Number 46.
Them hats.
Stockholm also boasts the largest hemispherical building in the world. Known as the Ericsson Globe, which we mentioned earlier, the building stands proudly at 85 metres high with a diameter of 110 metres. Number 47. Stockholm also has an entire museum dedicated to ABBA, which I've been to actually, which allows visitors to gaze upon all manner of ABBA memorabilia, such as the band's numerous gold records and aforementioned wacky wardrobe pieces.
They had dolls too? Dang, they might have been, they were
of ABBA memorabilia, such as the band's numerous gold records
you gotta be major to have a
wardrobe
doll.
pieces. The stated goal of the museum is to let the patrons experience the feeling of being the fifth member of ABBA, which it facilitates by allowing you to get on stage with sophisticated holograms of the band. I nearly did that as well, but my girlfriend told me not to. Number 48. Northern Sweden is home to the indigenous Sami people, whose ancestral homeland, Sapmi, known in English as Lapland, stretches over the top of the Scandinavian peninsula, across Norway, Sweden, Finland, and even Russia. Sweden specifically has around 20,000 Sami people, who even have had their own parliament. Number 49. Famous people with Sami ancestry include actress Renee Zellweger and singer Joni Mitchell. They're a talented bunch, apparently.
That
Number
that name
50.
sound familiar.
The Sami people are also known for their joiks. No, I didn't just slip on
Joinks?
something when I said that last word. Joiks are a form of traditional Sami song that are meant to evoke the essence of something, such as a person, a place, or event. Though the tradition has existed for a very long time, nowadays joiks have been brought to the mainstream, with them even being performed on Sweden's Got Talent. Number 51. Contrary to our puny 4 seasons, the Sami year traditionally has a total of 8, each connected to the annual cycle involving the process of reindeer herding. Number 52. The majestic moose is widely considered to be the most dangerous animal in Sweden, likely because they cause approximately 6,000 road accidents in Sweden.
See, I forgot the video of what they said. Something else was more dangerous. I forgot what it was. I thought it was the moose.
Most dangerous animal in Sweden, likely because they cause approximately 6,000 road accidents in Sweden every single year.
Some things are big.
Number 53. Between 30,000 and 400,000 moose roam the Swedish countryside. During the
Just
annual
chilling.
hunt, in which around 250,000 people participate and is said to have almost religious status in Sweden, as many as 100,000 moose are shot every year. God, no wonder they cause car accidents. I'd be angry if I was them as well. Number 54. The danger of moose-related car crashes is so severe that Sweden even requires cars to pass a moose test. Cars must be able to swerve very quickly around a hypothetical moose without flipping over, in the apparently very likely event that a moose should appear suddenly in the middle of the road. Number 55. In reality, however, moose are far from being the deadliest animal in Sweden. That honour goes to the evil little literal pricks known as wasps.
Oh, there you go.
Wasps
the
kill more
wasp.
people directly, rather than causing car accidents, than any other animal in Sweden, slaughtering roughly one highly allergic person a year. Number 56. There are also roughly 250 wolves roaming around in rural Sweden. Swedish wolves mainly chow down on moose, and one family of Swedish wolves can kill as many as 120 moose per year.
Dang.
They're a protected species though, and it's against the law to kill them unless they repeatedly attack humans or property. So just be cool, wolves. Just be cool and no one has to get hurt. No one has to go Liam Neeson on the grey to ya. Number 57. There are approximately 260,000 reindeer in Sweden, and are a traditional source of meat for many communities, especially in the very north of the country. Reindeer milk.
I ain't never seen a white reindeer. What in the world?
Traditional source of meat for many communities, especially in the very north of the country.
That's pretty cool.
Reindeer milk apparently tastes sweet and is said to look like melted ice cream.
Reindeer milk? How you get milk out of a reindeer?
Reindeer milk apparently tastes sweet and is said to look like melted ice
What?
cream. I'll be the judge of that, perhaps one day when I visit again this year. Number 58. Swedish is the official language of Sweden, but the country officially protects 5 other minority languages. Finnish, spoken by the Finnish minority of Sweden. Meänkieli, a separate dialect of Finnish
Meänkieli.
spoken mostly in Sweden. Sami, the language of the Sami people. Romani, the language of the Romani people. And Yiddish, a Jewish language originating in Germany. Number 59. The Swedish language is known for its notable similarity to Norwegian and Danish. Owing to their common history, many people consider the 3 languages to be more of a language spectrum, as each one is at least somewhat mutually intelligible with the others. As such, it's often said that by learning either Swedish, Norwegian or Danish, one is actually learning all 3. Number 60. In many ways, the Swedish tongue is the Zooey Deschanel of languages, in that it's adorably yet irritatingly quirky. One Swedish word that is spelled the same as the English is gift, but is pronounced gift and has 2 separate meanings, the first of which means married. Ah. The second definition is poison. Oh. Not only that, the Swedish word for good is bra, the word kiss
Bra.
means urine, and their word for
What?
end is slut, creating an unfortunate situation in which the Swedish term for the final stop of a bus or train route is a slut station. I think I've been on that website before, actually. Number 61. The Swedish term lagom doesn't have a direct equivalent in English. The word refers to things that are just right, like Goldilocks. As in, Goldilocks said just right, Goldilocks wasn't just right, oh god. The term can be used for just about anything, and has even captured the imagination of outsiders with the same tedious inevitability that brought the Danish notion of higgy, hyggy, higgy, hitchy to our shores. Number 62. A number of Swedish words have made it to the English language. Possibly the most well-known is moped, a portmanteau of
Moped?
motor and pedal. Other examples include ombudsman, orienteering,
knew
and
that.
tungsten, which literally means heavy stone. Number 63. According to the Swedish Academy, the longest word in the Swedish language is, oh god, here we go, Realisationsvinstbeskattning, which translates to capital gains tax. Oh, Sweden. You've got nothing on Germany, my friends. Nintendo 64. There is a remote valley in Sweden where people still speak an ancient dialect of Old Norse called Elfdalian. It's considered by many to be the closest language to that spoken hundreds of years ago by the Vikings, and up until the 1900s, it was still written using runes. Number 65. Almost 90% of people in Sweden speak English, which is good for us British Philistines abroad. British people, by and large, do not speak Swedish, but guess what, Sweden? We don't have to. Although I am trying to learn, because I do have relatives over there and I want to speak to them. Number 66. One of the most internationally renowned Swedish dishes consists of Swedish meatballs served with mashed potato, gravy, and lingonberry jam. You can get it at every IKEA restaurant, and frankly, it's the main reason I go to IKEA. Number 67.
I'm gonna have to try that.
An interesting aspect of Swedish culture is that of fika. Fika essentially refers to taking a coffee break, and is usually accompanied with pastries and light conversation. It's such an important part of Swedish life that many companies give employees 2 daily fika breaks a day. That's what daily means, I don't know why I said that twice. Number 68. Absolute Vodka, currently owned by Pernod Ricard, used to belong to the Swedish government. It was sold to the French company in 2008 for $8.3 billion.
Wow.
Number 69. Slutstation. When the Yuletide season swings around in Sweden, Coca-Cola sales can drop sometimes more than 50% due to the tradition of drinking julmust, a Swedish Christmas soft drink created as an alternative for beer. Number 70. Another traditional Swedish Christmas drink is glögg, which is 100% the most unappetizing name for a beverage ever conceived.
Like
glögg is mulled wine poured over aquavit, a clear caraway-flavoured liquor, and then set on fire, because why not? It's traditional, by the way, to make sure the flame is out before drinking it, before you go singeing your eyebrows or burning your face off. Number 71. If you were wondering, what the Swedish hell is aquavit? You're in luck, because I'm about to tell you. Aquavit is a strong Scandinavian liquor of about 40% alcohol. Its name is derived from the Latin aqua vitae, which means water of life, which shows how troubling the alcoholism epidemic really is. Number 72. The famous Swedish smorgasbord, which involves a meal made up of many different individual dishes laid out on a table, i.e. a Scandinavian buffet, originated as a peasant custom where whole villages would collectively celebrate the harvest with roast game.
Hey, those deviled eggs right there.
Originated as a peasant custom where whole villages would collectively...
Or the eggs, see the eggs couldn't have, like when we do that boiled eggs and stuff, we call it deviled eggs. Because you're supposed to get the yolk and like mix it in with like different ingredients and put it back on the... It's delicious. You get to
celebrate the harvest with roast game, as well as boiled potatoes and turnips, fresh smoked or pickled fish, meatballs, pancakes, and soups. Number 73.
And pancakes.
Swedish cuisine is also notable for a particularly infamous dish known as surströmming, which is Swedish for sour herring. Surströmming consists of Baltic herring that has been fermented in tins for weeks on end, resulting in an odour so pungently foul that restaurants refuse to open the tins indoors. If that's not an indicator that shows why it shouldn't be served as food, I don't know what is, those crazy Swedes. Number 74. In 2016, the Swedish Tourist Association created the Swedish Number, a phone number which randomly connects callers to Swedish people who have signed up to be the ambassadors for their country. Wow. Participants are deliberately given no training or instructions on how to behave, with the idea that the random nature of the hotline, dubbed Call a Swede, provides callers with an unfiltered view of Swedish life. Funnily enough, I know this because Jennifer Lawrence gave me this phone number as her own. Thanks, Jen. Number 75. Similarly, Sweden has an official Twitter account which is managed on a week-to-week basis by a Swedish citizen, with the aim of promoting Sweden to the world. The project has inspired a number of similar accounts, such as @WeAreAustralia and @PeopleOfLeeds. Number 76.
Sweden had their own Twitter
Sweden
account.
even has a national font, Sweden Sans. The design of the snazzy sans-serif Swedish typeface was designed to unambiguously represent Sweden in the world. Well, that's what Sweden looks like, apparently. Number 77. Another slightly odd but intriguing Swedish tradition is that of the crayfish party, in which large groups of people get together and, as the name suggests, eat a crapload of crayfish. Sounds...
What is a crayfish? Is it almost like a crawfish? It kind of looked more like a crawfish, but it definitely looked different by the little face and all.
Large groups of people get together and, as the name suggests, eat a crapload of crayfish. Sounds cray.
I never heard of a crayfish.
Yeah, doesn't matter. This is because the harvesting of crayfish used to be restricted to a certain part of year around August and September. So seafood-loving Swedes would take advantage of the opportunity to eat a crapload of crayfish, and did just that, resulting in a fun Swedish tradition that must be fun if you're not, I don't know, allergic to seafood. In which case, just don't do it. Number 78. In the Swedish town of Gävle, a decades-long battle continues to rage at Christmas time, where many of the residents get together to build a giant straw goat, symbolising the goats that pull Santa's sleigh. Oh yeah, sorry, by the way, I should have said, in Sweden, goats pull Santa's sleigh, not reindeer, just go with it. Anyway, other residents who identify more with Sweden's pagan history view the large goat as akin to the two goats that pulled the chariot of the Norse god Thor, who would burn and eat them every night only for them to be resurrected the next morning. Don't see that in the movies, do ya? As such, half the town builds the goat, and the other tries to burn it down. Unsurprisingly, the goat burns most years. Number 79. One iconic symbol of Sweden is that of the Dalecarlion, or Dala horse, which are carved wooden horses that originate as children's toys from the Swedish province of Dalarna.
I've seen these type of horses before. I've seen those type of toys in the store.
Or Dala horse, which are carved wooden horses that originate as children's toys from the Swedish province of Dalarna. They have since become a widespread cultural icon, and are often given as gifts to visiting celebrities such as Bill Clinton, Bob Hope, and Elvis Presley. They are produced in a wide variety of designs, but the most common form is painted in a distinctive bright red. Number 80. Sweden legalized homosexuality in 1944 and in 1972 became the first country in the world to allow transgender people to change their legal gender. The Swedes appear to be a fairly loving and accepting bunch. As of 2013, a whopping 81% of people in Sweden supported the rights for gay, lesbian and bisexual people to marry. Haha, yeah, go Sweden! Number 81. In 1979, Sweden became the first country in the world to ban the smacking of children. Since then, over 30 other countries have done the same. Personally, I don't see what all the fuss is about. My parents smacked me and I turned out fine. I mean, actress Jennifer Lawrence has taken out multiple restraining orders against me, but that's normal, right? Everyone's been sued by Jennifer Lawrence at some point, right? Right? Number 82. Sweden is also home to the second highest number of McDonald's restaurants per capita in all of Europe, with a mouth-watering 227 restaurants.
Dang.
That, by the way, is 23 restaurants per million people, which doesn't sound a lot, but is absolutely loads. Number 83. The world's first ice hotel was built in the 1980s in Jukkasjärvi, which is only a few miles away from the aforementioned northernmost Swedish town of Kiruna. The now famous ice hotel was designed by architect Ingiv Bergvik.
I seen a video, but it looked like they made it to where on the outside wasn't it like an igloo or nothing like that. So, but I think this is interesting.
The now famous ice hotel was designed by architect Ingiv Bergvik and boasts 60 rooms that are available for bookings between December and April. Guests are given thermal jumpsuits to wear and sleep underneath several layers of super insulated bedding, so that, you know, they don't die overnight in the -8 degrees Fahrenheit frozen hell that is their bedroom. Number 84. Hilariously, the ice hotel is now required by local authorities to include fire alarms, despite almost entirely being made of ice. Like, it's in the name of the place. If it were called the Dry Grass and Lighter Fluid Hotel, maybe they'd have a point, but surely if there was a fire, you'd notice because the fucking place is melting. Number 85. The Esrange Space Center, again located only a few miles away from Kiruna, is a space and climate research center and is also Europe's only civilian rocket base. Rocket launches, balloon ascents, and the testing of unmanned aircraft have all been carried out at this Swedish base. Number 86. A genuinely impressive Swedish feat regards the nation's incredible recycling habits. Sweden is so good at recycling that it's actually run out, and as such imports around 80,000 tons a year from Norway to give their neighbours a hand. Number 87. When the classic Monty Python film Life of Brian was released in 1979, Norway found its content so objectionable that it banned the movie, accusing the creators of blasphemy. They're not blasphemous, they're just very naughty boys. Norway's neighbours in Sweden, who are apparently much more chill about the whole blasphemy thing, ran ads for the film which exclaimed, "The film that's so funny it was banned in Norway." Oh, sick burn, Swedes, good one. Number 88. In the early 70s, Sweden decided to capitalise on the economic growth of the up-and-coming best country in the world, North Korea, by sending them 1,000 Volvo 144s, expecting then leader Kim Il-sung to pay for them. Shocker, North Korea never paid for them. Since then, it's become somewhat of a tradition in Sweden to send North Korea a reminder every 6 months asking for the 300 million euro they are owed, knowing full well that pigs will sooner fly. Number 89. Everyone loves Donald Duck, I mean look at him, but for some reason the people of Sweden really love Donald Duck, probably due to Donald's provocative semi-nudist fashion sense. In fact, Swedes love Donald Duck so much that the country had to make voting for him illegal, as his name would often be used when voters wanted to issue a protest vote, or just simply didn't care. What could go wrong with having a Donald in power? Oh, I see, okay. Number 90. Sweden has instituted a countrywide opt-in SMS system which sends citizens a text message when someone nearby has a heart attack, allowing assistance to reach them as soon as possible to provide CPR.
Oh, that's good.
In 40% of cases, ambulances were beaten to the scene of a heart attack by text message receivers. Number 91. Dang. Speaking of health-related text, in Sweden, blood donors receive a text message every time their blood is used to save a life. How bloody lovely. Get it? Get it? Oh, it's fact 91. Give me a break. Number 92. When a fellow by the name of Eric of Pomerania was disposed after reigning as King of Sweden, as well as Norway and Denmark between 1389 and 1442, he apparently just said, F it, and became a pirate on the Baltic Sea for 10 years. Baller move, bro. Number 93. Sweden was the first country to detect a nuclear disaster at Chernobyl, which the Soviet Union was desperately trying to keep quiet, when a worker set off radiation detectors at the Forsmark power plant. He had been contaminated while walking through grass that had been showered by radioactive rain picked up from Chernobyl over 800 miles away.
Dang.
Number 94. Sweden is the proud owner of one of the world's only taxidermied blue whales, located at its Natural History Museum. The public was previously allowed to walk inside it up until a couple was caught having sex inside it, ruining whale entering privileges for everyone.
That's a big whale. Look at all them fitting up in there.
Inside it up until a couple was caught having sex inside it, ruining whale entering privileges for everyone, but probably getting a great anecdote in the process. Number 95. In 2011, a man in southern Sweden was arrested on charges of unauthorized possession of nuclear material, which he did actually have, simply because he wanted to see if it were possible to split an atom in his kitchen. Number 96. Let's cut back to the 1980s. The Swedish Navy detected underwater sounds that they suspected to be hostile Russian submarines. The suspicion escalated to such a degree that it eventually became a full-blown diplomatic conflict between Sweden and Russia. It later turns out the sounds were, of all things, fish farts. Number 97. In 1967, Sweden switched from driving on the left to driving on the right, which must have confused literally everyone and probably caused hundreds of car accidents. On the 3rd of September 1967, all vehicles came to a complete stop at 4:50 a.m. before switching lanes, then stopped again before proceeding at 5 p.m. Number 98.
What?
Bizarrely, in Sweden, drivers must have their headlights on at all times while driving, even in broad daylight. Number 99. Of Sweden's top 20 surnames, only one of them, Lindberg, doesn't end in Sun. Number 100. In 2015, a Swedish man managed to convince the government to give him disability benefits by claiming that he was addicted to heavy metal. Roger Tolgren said that his love of the genre, which had compelled him to attend a...
That is funny. Addicted to heavy metal.
In 2015, a Swedish man managed to convince the government to give him disability benefits by claiming that he was addicted to heavy metal. Roger Tolgren said that his love of the genre, which had compelled him to attend around 300 heavy metal concerts in the space of 1 year, had left him unable to work a full-time job. Wow, that is some truly brazen
that is funny.
Work, Rog. Number 1.
Did he get away with that?
For decades in Sweden, bars and clubs required an expensive license to allow their patrons to dance in their establishments. On a number of occasions, businesses had their licenses to sell alcohol revoked for hosting unlicensed dance parties, and many people were literally arrested. The frankly embarrassing law was finally repealed in 2016, and it's a good thing too, because I like to get my dancing shoes on. Coming at you, Stockholm. Although I should be arrested for that, really. Just sheer danceability. Anyway, that was 101 facts about Sweden. Which country, or indeed not country, anything else, what would you like to see next? Let me know in the comments below. And also, give this video a like and subscribe, of course. And also, there are 2 videos on screen right now. I think you're really going to like them, so click on one of them and watch it. In the meantime, though, hey Dora!
I like that one. That was definitely, this was funny. This was fun. Dude had a good sense of humor when he was telling these 101 facts. Y'all let me know, because there were some new things that I'm still tripping off the mouse in the refrigerator, because nobody told me that. Nobody told me. Y'all let me know. But all in all, great video. Good video, 101 facts. But hey, like he said, y'all let me know in the comments what videos y'all want me to react to next. Like I said, also, I'm going to be getting some more candy, ordering some more today. So y'all should see a part 2 video next week. But I enjoyed this. But guys, that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Send down those recommendations. And y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. Hey, Dora.